Phillies have beaten every left-handed pitcher that they've faced so far this year when they've been used as a starter. This guy is a sinker slider guy, gets a lot of ground balls. And who's for the Phillies tonight, Teak?
Well, Jim Pergosi's sending out his horse, Terry Mulholland. And, usually when Jimmy sends Terry out there, go out there and bring me the ball back at the end of 9. So 2 good starters and should be a good ball game this evening.
Not too many walks will be featured in this game tonight. You can count on that. We'll be back here at Veterans Stadium in just a moment.
New Lawn Patch is a perfect mixture of premium grass seed, fertilizers, and weed-free mulch. And it's custom blended to your climate. Simply spread Lawn Patch on bare spots, water it as directed, and watch it grow.
This is amazing.
Lawn Patch is available at participating Ace, True Value, Service Star, and HWI, and other fine garden and home centers.
I'm Jim Martindale, here to tell you about the one and only Garden Weasel. This 5-in-1 tool makes gardening fun and easy. The 3 rotary action blades mesh with the topsoil, uprooting young weeds and creating a beneficial mulch. Remove the center blade for hard-to-reach areas. The Weasel is virtually self-cleaning. There's only one Garden Weasel, and it's backed by a 100% lifetime guarantee.
The Garden Weasel is available at Kmart, Sears, Walgreens, and Frank's. Makes a great gift for friends who garden. Get yours today while supplies last.
At Veterans Stadium, the Phillies take on the Cardinals. As everyone knows, Dave Hollins is a switch hitter, but he bats better from the right side. He's a .400 hitter, in fact, from the right side, and he gets to feast on another left-hander tonight.
Another left-hander, and he is hot right now. Hit winning home runs in the last 2 Philly victories. And, early in the season, David was struggling a little bit with the bat, but he's come on strong, and he's surely carrying his part of the load for the Phillies right now.
He isn't a bad left-handed hitter either. He has a lot of walks from the left side, but he's so busy hitting the ball from the right side, he has only 1 base on balls up there while hitting right-handed. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineups in just a moment. Phillies baseball on Sports Channel is brought to you by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your Bud. By your local Sherwin-Williams paint stores. The pros know, ask Sherwin-Williams, a participating sponsor of Major League Baseball. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages, no other book can match it, a Bell Atlantic company. By Texaco System 3 gasolines in every grade. System 3 helps make the difference in your car's performance. By Coca-Cola, it's always Coca-Cola. By Cento Fine Italian Food, trust your family with our family. By Chase Manhattan Credit Cards, Chase Manhattan, profit from the experience. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield, carry us for life.
Any professional painter will tell you that if you want results like these, you gotta know the tricks of the trade. You gotta ask Sherwin-Williams. Now, these are guys you can trust. They've got good paint, good price, good advice. Guaranteed. Want to know something? I didn't paint this house. The guy that lives there did. Hey, fella, nice job. This guy knows what the pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
There's a new feeling sweeping the state, peace of mind. Because now people who couldn't afford health coverage can get special care from Blue Cross and Blue Shield. It's the most affordable coverage available to families and individuals who earn too much for Medicaid but can't afford coverage on their own. If you're uninsured, your peace of mind is just a phone call away. Call 1-800-248-5200.
Bert sells balloons. Bob sells balloons. Bert sells wacky gifts. Bob sells wacky gifts. Bert delivers. Bob delivers. So if Bob's got everything Bert's got, why's Bert busy and Bob not? Now, do you suppose Bert's got a big color ad in the book 9 out of 10 people use? The genuine Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic company.
For
The Haverford College Home Tones, directed by Bill Toll, with our national anthem tonight. Andy Musser with Kent DeColvey. Terrific night for a ball game, just about perfect here at Veterans Stadium. Phillies and the Cardinals for the second night in a row, middle game of a three-game series. Let's check out the Sherwin-Williams starting lineup for St. Louis. Geronimo Pena leads off, and he'll play second. Ozzie Smith is the shortstop. Greg Jeffries at first base. Todd Zeile moves into the cleanup spot tonight. Mark Whitten, the right fielder. Ray Lankford, the center fielder. Ozzie Canseco, he'll play left. Hector Villanueva is the catcher. And Real Cormier is the Cardinal left-hander.
And the Phillies defensively line up with Pete Incaviglia in left field this evening. Lenny Dykstra in center. Wes Chamberlain in right. David Hollins plays third. Mariano Duncan at shortstop. Mickey Morandini at second, and John Kruk at first. Darren Dalton behind the plate, and on the mound, 30-year-old left-hander Terry Mulholland. Terry's last start was this past Sunday in Los Angeles, and he was the winning pitcher in the Phillies' 9-1.
DeColvey, and this evening Real Cormier, a left-hander, is going to start for the St. Louis Cardinals. The Phillies have beaten every left-handed pitcher that they've faced so far this year when they've been used as a starter. This guy is a sinker-slider guy, gets a lot of ground balls. And who's for the Phillies tonight, Teak?
Well, Jim Fergosi's sending out his horse, Terry Mulholland, and usually when Jimmy sends Terry out there, go out there and bring me the ball back at the end of 9. So two good starters, and it should be a good ball game this evening.
Not too many walks will be featured in this game tonight. You can count on that. We'll be back here at Veterans Stadium in just a moment.
New Lawn Patch is a perfect mixture of premium grass seed, fertilizers, and weed-free mulch. And it's custom blended to your climate. Simply spread Lawn Patch on bare spots, water it as directed, and watch it grow.
This is amazing.
Lawn Patch is available at participating Ace, True Value, Service Star, and HWI, and other fine garden and home centers.
I'm Jim Martindale, here to tell you about the one and only Garden Weasel. This 5-in-1 tool makes gardening fun and easy. The 3 rotary action blades mesh with the topsoil, uprooting young weeds and creating a beneficial mulch. Remove the center blade for hard-to-reach areas. The Weasel is virtually self-cleaning. There's only one Garden Weasel, and it's backed by a 100% lifetime guarantee.
The Garden Weasel is available at Kmart, Sears, Walgreens, and Frank's. Makes a great gift for friends who garden. Get yours today while supplies last.
At Veterans Stadium, the Phillies take on the Cardinals. As everyone knows, Dave Hollins is a switch hitter, but he bats better from the right side. He's a .400 hitter, in fact, from the right side, and he gets to feast on another left-hander tonight.
Another left-hander, and he is hot right now. Hit winning home runs in the last 2 Philly victories. And early in the season, David was struggling a little bit with the bat, but he's come on strong, and he's surely carrying his part of the load for the Phillies right now.
He isn't a bad left-handed hitter either. He has a lot of walks from the left side, but he's so busy hitting the ball from the right side, he has only 1 base on balls up there while hitting right-handed. We'll be back with tonight's starting lineups in just a moment. Phillies baseball on Sports Channel is brought to you by Budweiser. Fresh, pure, natural, proud to be your Bud. By your local Sherwin-Williams paint stores. The pros know, ask Sherwin-Williams, a participating sponsor of Major League Baseball. By Mellon PSFS, the official bank of the Phillies. By Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages, no other book can match it, a Bell Atlantic company. By Texaco System 3 gasolines in every grade, System 3 helps make the difference in your car's performance. By Coca-Cola, it's always Coca-Cola. By Cento Fine Italian Food, trust your family with our family. By Chase Manhattan Credit Cards, Chase Manhattan, profit from the experience. And by Independence Blue Cross and Pennsylvania Blue Shield, carry us for life.
Any professional painter will tell you that if you want results like these, you gotta know the tricks of the trade. You gotta ask Sherwin-Williams. Now, these are guys you can trust. They've got good paint, good price, good advice, guaranteed. Want to know something? I didn't paint this house. The guy that lives there did. Hey, fella, nice job. This guy knows what the pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
There's a new feeling sweeping the state, peace of mind. Because now people who couldn't afford health coverage can get special care from Blue Cross and Blue Shield. It's the most affordable coverage available to families and individuals who earn too much for Medicaid but can't afford coverage on their own. If you're uninsured, your peace of mind is just a phone call away. Call 1-800-248-5200.
Bert sells balloons. Bob sells balloons. Bert sells wacky gifts. Bob sells wacky gifts. Bert delivers. Bob delivers. So if Bob's got everything Bert's got, why is Bert busy and Bob not? Now, do you suppose Bert's got a big color ad in the book 9 out of 10 people use? The genuine Bella Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bella Atlantic Company.
College Hum Tones, directed by Bill Toll, with our national anthem tonight. Andy Musser with Kent DeColvey. Terrific night for a ball game, just about perfect here at Veterans Stadium. Phillies and the Cardinals for the second night in a row, middle game of a 3-game series. Let's check out the Sherwin-Williams starting lineup for St. Louis. Geronimo Pena leads off, and he'll play second. Ozzie Smith is the shortstop. Greg Jeffries at first base. Todd Zeile moves into the cleanup spot tonight. Mark Whitten, the right fielder. Ray Lankford, the center fielder. Ozzie Canseco, he'll play left. Hector Villanueva is the catcher. And Real Cormier is the Cardinal left-hander.
And the Phillies defensively line up with Pete Incaviglia in left field this evening. Lenny Dykstra in center. Wes Chamberlain in right. David Hollins plays third. Mariano Duncan at shortstop. Mickey Morandini at second. And John Kruk at first. Darren Dalton behind the plate, and on the mound, 30-year-old left-hander Terry Mulholland. Terry's last start was this past Sunday in Los Angeles, and he was the winning pitcher in the Phillies' 9-1 victory over the Dodgers. In that ball game, he pitched his second complete game of the year, giving up 6 hits, 3 walks, and only 4 strikeouts. A little bit below Terry's norm, but a very effective ball game for Terry. In that ball game, he broke a personal 3-game losing streak. He had started off the season with a 2-3 record, and then he evened his record up at 3-3. But he comes into this game with a fine 2.60 earned run average.
And Teague, it looks as though Terry finally has that mound just exactly the way he wants it. I guess that is important. We recently read where Tyler Green went back on the disabled list because the bullpen mound on which he warmed up was not the same as the pitcher's mound on the field.
That's an adjustment that pitchers always have to make. There's no guarantee that that mound in the bullpen is going to be the same as the one out on the field. So you try to get yourself loose in the bullpen, ready for the ball game. Once you go to the mound, use your warm-up pitches in the first inning to get used to the field, the slope, the texture of the mound. And Terry seems to be right where he wants to be.
Well, let's go ahead and check out what your keys to the game are tonight, Teague.
Well, there are 3 keys to tonight's game. Number 1, keep the Cardinals off the board in the first inning. In the first 29 games this season, the Cardinals have scored 24 first-inning runs. And, when Joe Torre can start that lineup out exactly at the top where he wants it, that team is very effective, as indicated by the number of runs they've scored. Number 2, get out in front of the Cardinals. For years and years, it's always been established a big part of the Cardinals' offense is their running game. If you get out in front, you can eliminate some of that running, tamper down that running game of the St. Louis Cardinals, and keep Big Lee Smith in the bullpen, the all-time saves leader. Tough in the last inning. The way you do it, be out in front when you get there in the 9th inning.
Skipper Joe Torre, who was a broadcaster for the California Angels before he got this job, but I talked to Joe before the game, and he says he is delighted that he has returned to the field. Okay, we're set to go here at Veterans Stadium, and leading off for St. Louis, a fellow who had the night off last night. He hasn't been hitting much, Geronimo Pena, but he's a much better hitter right-handed. .417 right-handed, just .156 left-handed, so Torrey decided to stick him in there against Terry Mulholland. And Frank Pulley, who will call a lot of strikes, calls one on the first pitch tonight.
Frank Pulley's going to call a lot of strikes, and Terry Mulholland and Real Cormier, if they're on their game, will be throwing a lot of strikes.
Pena is 0 for 9 off Terry Mulholland, and he won't get one there. A soft one-hopper to Morandini. Geronimo is out, one down. Charlie Williams, the umpire there at first. Now we're going to look at one of the game's great players, Ozzie Smith. Ozzie committed his 7th error here last night. That's high for him when you stop to think that he had only 10 all of last year. Ozzie with 7 already, hitting at .265. Cardinals with switch hitters in each of the 3 spots in the lineup. Mickey Morandini going the other way, and Ozzie gets himself a base hit. Mickey was moving toward the bag when that ball was hit.
Ozzie slashed the ball through the right side, and as you said, Morandini, the ball was hit to his right. He moved to his left. Obviously, he didn't pick this ball up off the bat. Pitch down the middle, just a routine ground ball, basically to second base, but Morandini, for some reason, broke the other direction and slides through into right field. It's a little bit of twilight yet, and not real easy to pick the ball up. Obviously, Morandini did not see that one.
Terry Mulholland with that great pickoff move. He did not claim a runner so far this year. We saw Tommy Green pick off the leadoff hitter Ali Saya in last night's ball game. Certainly Terry would like to get on the charts, but the thing of it is he's been so good at holding runners that they don't gamble on him anymore. Jeffries at .271, and there Smith was going back to the bag as Jeffries hit the ball into center field when the pitch was delivered. That's what we were talking about. Ozzie Smith was going back as the pitch came to the plate. 2 outs.
And Ozzie did not have an aggressive lead. He did not have 1 foot out on the turf, so he was taking a conservative lead and still broke back to the bag. So he didn't have a whole lot of thought about running, but just a respect for Mulholland's move moved him back to the bag.
Todd Zeile promoted to the cleanup spot tonight. He was in the 6th spot last night, but Zeile has driven in 6 runs over the last 5 games, so he gets the nod this evening instead of Ray Lankford, who is a left-handed batter. Low ball 1. Zeile 286, no homers, 14 runs batted in. Darren Dalton does a good job of holding the runners and making his throws to second base.
One reason why Joe Torre may have made that move tonight, Lankford, normally the number 4 hitter, hitting 200 lifetime off of Mulholland. Zeile hitting .458, so Torre going with percentages, taking the guy with a much higher average and putting him in the 4 hole.
The day and age of the computer, those numbers are available to everybody. For Mulholland, his 7th start. Opponents are batting just .207 against Terry. That's the 5th lowest figure in the league. This is high, and it's 3 balls and no strikes on Zeile. Zeile is, as you say, a .458 lifetime hitter. Ozzie has stolen 4 bases in 5 tries. He's got a little further lead this time. It's close. I don't think Ozzie will get out quite that far now.
Well, he drew Terry's attention right there. Still got the 1 foot out on the turf. Terry snaps another one over there. So obviously Terry has also noticed that Ozzie has stretched out his lead, and of course with 2 outs, good time to run, trying to get into scoring position. He shortened it back up this time.
Yes, he did. Zeile's got the light, 3-0, and he swung through a pitch. And once again, when Terry Mulholland was delivering, Ozzie was headed back to the bag.
Three balls and no strikes. Zeile has the green light, fouls the ball straight down, catches a piece of Dutch.
So Terry takes a little extra time to allow his catcher to recover. Zeile hammers one to left field into the corner. Foul ball. Oh boy. this year, he had home run distance on that one. But now it's a full count, and Ozzie Smith will be off with the pitch. Zeile is the guy that Joe Torre converted from catcher to third base. A similar instance happened in Torre's own career.
Part of the reason for that move was that the Cardinals wanted to get Tom Pagnozzi behind the plate on an everyday basis, liking his defensive skills, and didn't want to take Zeile's bat out of the lineup.
Kruk plays off Ozzie. Here's a bouncer, third base side. It's a foul ball. Trying to close the first base hole. Holland's coming up with it in foul ground. Ozzie given a chance to run. The Runnin' Redbirds were anything but the Runnin' Redbirds early this season. They stole only 7 bases in their first 18 games. They've stolen 14 over the last 10 games. Three balls and 2 strikes is the count on Zeile. He slaps it on the right side, bobbled by Kruk, but he's got time to recover, and he makes the play. St. Louis, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. At the end of the half inning, Cardinals nothing, Phillies coming up.
This is your world, genuine and true. You're the one who keeps coming through, 'cause you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your bud.
This is $20,000. This is also $20,000. You'd take care of this, wouldn't you? You should take care of your car just as carefully. Bring it to Jiffy Lube, the only place with the experience of servicing 68 million cars. Considering that your car is worth thousands of dollars, experience counts.
We got experience at Jiffy Lube.
Let's check the Sherwin-Williams starting lineup for the Phillies. Leading off will be Lenny Dykstra. Batting second, Mariano Duncan. Then John Kruk, Dave Hollins in the cleanup spot, Darren Daulton, Pete Incaviglia, Wes Chamberlain, Mickey Morandini, and Terry Mulholland.
And defensively for Joe Torre's Cardinals, Ozzie Canseco plays in left field, Ray Langford in center, and Mark Whitten in right. Todd Zeile is the Cardinal third baseman this evening, with the Wizard Ozzie Smith at short, Geronimo Pena at second base, and Greg Jeffries at first. Hector Villanueva does the catching tonight, and on the mound, 26-year-old left-hander Real Cormier. Cormier is a sinker slider pitcher, does occasionally mix in a changeup, and has excellent control. Just to give you some idea of Cormier's control, you know, we always talk about Terry Mulholland and how well his control is. Last year, Mulholland had 2.5 strikeouts for every walk during the course of the '92 season. Cormier had 3.5 walks for every, or excuse me, 3.5 strikeouts for every walk during the '92 season.
That's interesting because he's not really a strikeout pitcher, so that shows you how few walks he really issues. So far this year, he is issuing 1 walk per 9 innings. But he is giving up hits. The opponents are batting .285 off him. Lenny Dykstra took an 0 for 5 last night, did not get the ball out of the infield, so you know Lenny will be anxious to atone for that. We are scoreless as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. Lenny 1 for 3 in his at-bats off Cormier. Is the mark of whether he's on or not, whether he gets ground balls?
Yeah, he's predominantly a sinker ball pitcher, and when Cormier's on, you're going to see a lot of ground balls. If you start seeing fly ball, even fly ball outs, it means that he's struggling.
Gets it over for a strike. Happy 22nd birthday to Broadus Tolliver. Brody works here at the ballpark. He works upstairs and downstairs. He's one of the busiest guys I know here at the ballpark.
All over the place.
Those Expos jumped out with 2 in the first inning in front of the Pirates tonight. Montreal trailing the Phillies by 4.5. The Cards are 5.5 back. Check swing roller. Zeile's got to play. And Lenny cheated out of the swing there as he got caught on a check. Cento Italian Food Products rooting for the Phillies, and for every Phillies home run, Cento will donate $200 to the Philadelphia Child Guidance Clinic. Cento has a full quality line of Italian tomatoes, all-purpose crushed tomatoes, tomato puree, and Italian peeled tomatoes. Mariano Duncan hit his first home run of the year here last night. Mariano at 243, 7 runs batted in. Jim Fregosi likes to bat Mariano's second against left-handed pitchers. Morandini bats second against right-handed pitchers. Up the middle, but there is Pena. And Duncan is out. Pena has a world of talent. They are really hoping that he will hit some, because he's a good fielder and a good base runner. Now here's John Kruk batting with the bases empty and 2 out. Kruk at 322 with 5 home runs, 16 runs batted in. He is 4th in the league in runs scored. He has scored 20 runs. Kruk has never had a hit off Cormier, 0 for 6. Cormier is the 7th left-hander to start a game against the Phillies, and the Phillies have won each of those previous games where a left-hander started, including last night. Kruk has always hit against St. Louis. Pretty good average.
Just hasn't done it against Cormier.
Two balls and a strike on John. Now John does go for a pitch out of the strike zone every now and then when he sees one he likes. He liked that pitch up high. It's 2-2.
Well, John's strike zone is not always defined by the rule book. John's strike zone is if it looks good and I think I can handle it, that's a strike for me, and I'm going to go after it. And he usually does handle it.
This guy, is he tough? Well, he was once a lumberjack in the offseason. Did that several different years. John lays off that pitch, and now we've got a full count. Cormier is from Canada. He's from New Britain, Canada. 25 years of age. Slapped it down to first. Jeffrey's learning to play that position and doing a nice job. And the Phillies didn't get the ball out of the infield at the end of one inning tonight. It's 0-0, Phillies and the Cardinals.
Some people will only go to Texaco. Why?
Why? Are you kidding? Look at this cab. It's as clean as my fuel injectors.
System 3 gasoline helps restore performance to older models. I know about that. And Doritos.
Everybody gets what they want. Tommy gets pretzels, Dawn gets juice, Van gets System 3.
Visit your Texaco station and Food Mart for unbeatable System 3 gasolines and so much more.
I always come here to fill up. Thank you. Thank you very much.
People who go to a Phillies game have fun, and the ones who seem to have the most fun are the ones who get full or part season tickets. They know they've got good seats, so they don't have to scramble or wait in line. Get the best seats with the least hassle with full or part season tickets. And you can get guaranteed box seats for 13 games for just $130. For more information on all the 1993 season ticket plans, call 463-5000.
Scoreless here at the Vet, and Phillies fans, if you don't have Prism, you're missing the first place Phillies, and you're missing the action that you won't be able to see anywhere else on TV. Right now is a great time to get Prism. Call 1-800-CABLE-ME right now, because participating cable systems are offering $4.95 installation, a free upgrade, plus 2 free Phillies tickets. So call 1-800-CABLE-ME and get Prism today. We go to the second inning here at Veterans Stadium. Phillies and the Cardinals 0-0. At the end of an inning last night, the Cardinals led 2-1. A lot of action in the first last evening, but not so tonight with Terry Mulholland against Real Cormier. Here's Mark Whitten. What a night he had last night. A 2-run double on a solo home run. And then he struck out his last 2 times up there. He's a switch hitter. High bouncer, going to be a tough play. He's got good speed. Morandini, he did not quite get him. Charlie Williams called him safe, and an infield hit for Whitten.
Sometimes you make good pitches and they just don't work out that way. Mulholland with a good sinking fastball down below the strike zone. Whitten beats it into the ground, but his speed allows him to beat the ball out at first base. Morandini on the shortstop side of second base really had the only play on that ball. If it had got to Duncan, it would have been too long for a throw. So Mickey does the best he can, just not able to catch Whitten.
Let's see what Mulholland does here with the pickoff try. Ray Langford, the batter, and see, that's what I was expecting, because Whitten is a little unfamiliar with Terry, having come from the American League. They got him from the Indians during spring training. So even though your teammates will tell you all about a guy, you got to see it for yourself.
And Whitten's lead just got cut down by about 1.5 feet.
And when you talk to Terry Mulholland, he says that's the key thing. Here's another throw over there. The key thing is that he keeps the runners close and that they don't even try to run. It isn't so much the fact that he's getting pickoffs now and then. Last year he got 16 of them, but the key thing is taking away that running ambition of the baseman.
Yeah, for Terry, the pickoffs at first base are a bonus when you can take against a club, especially a club like the Cardinals, when you can take the inclination away from them to run. You really make your task out there on the mound a lot easier.
Terry keeping him close. Whitten, by the way, has stolen 3 bases and he's been caught 3 times.
And Terry establishes 2 things by throwing over. Number 1, that he's got the good move, and number 2, that he will throw over often, so the Cardinal runners cannot get comfortable.
Meantime, the object is to get the hitter. Terry has fallen behind Langford 2-0. Langford 3 hits and 15 at bats off Terry. That's just 200.
One of the things base runners will try to do, if they know you've got a good move and you're hard to steal, and they will pick a pitch and guess sometimes and just take off on the first movement.
Strike.
By Terry throwing over that often, they're less inclined to take that approach, because they figure there's a higher frequency of throws coming over there and their chances of getting picked off are even better. Doesn't matter if he picks you off from the mound or if it goes from Mulholland to Kruk to Duncan, you're still out.
Oh, Kruk thought he had him. You could tell the way John came off. That was close. Whitten is a big guy. It's amazing to see the way he motored down the line that time, what speed he had. Look out, there's another one. Soft throw. He's just going to keep Whitten just right around the bag. 2 balls and a strike on Langford. And that's ball 3. We're in the second, no outs. Langford is not striking out as much as he did last year, but by the same token, he's not posting the numbers he had last year either. He was by far and away the Cards' top hitter a year ago. And there's a base hit for him. Langford singles to right. Whitten will pull up at second. 2 on with nobody out. Base hit for Langford. So the Cardinals have 3 hits in the ball game. And here comes a guy with a lot of power, Ozzie Canseco, just brought up by the Cardinals earlier this week. He was at Louisville, where he was leading the American Association with 9 home runs, and he had 22 RBIs. Last night was his first game. He went 1 for 4. Doesn't hit for a high average, though. He was batting .238 at Louisville. Here's one hammered to center field. Dykstra charging, can't get it, base hit, and it hops away from him. Whitten going to third, but he'll stay there. Nice recovery by Chamberlain. They are loaded.
And the Phillies catch a break right here. Canseco hits the ball right on the button. The line drive into center field. Lenny initially thinks he has a shot, gets there a little bit late. The ball hits off of his hip, but bounces right over to Chamberlain. And because Whitten at second had to hold up to see if Dykstra was going to catch the ball, Chamberlain able to hold him at third base. Had that ball not bounced right to Chamberlain, good chance that the Cardinals would have had a run on the board, but with the nice accurate carom to Chamberlain and a good strong throw, held him at third base.
But nevertheless, a heap of trouble brewing here. Villanueva at the plate with the bases loaded, nobody out. Ouch, that one got a piece of Dalton. Strike one on Villanueva. Hector has only 3 hits this year, and 2 of those hits are home runs. Big guy is the backup catcher for the Cardinals. Tom Pagnozzi has the night off. So bases are loaded with Cardinals.
Early in the ballgame, the Phillies playing the infield back. Villanueva, if you can get him to hit the ground ball, has catcher speed and should be an easy candidate for 2. So the Phillies hopeful of getting 2, just trying to limit the Cardinals. Don't let them get a big inning early.
Check swing roller. Hollins makes the play to second. Run scores. 1-0 St. Louis on the force out at second. Villanueva picks up a run batted in. If you're going to get only 1 out, shouldn't you make that out at the plate?
Well, with the check swing, the ball just not hit hard enough to Hollins at third base. He was playing back behind the bag, so his initial thought was, if the ball's hit to me, I'm going to go for 2. Went to second. Morandini did not have a play at first base. So Terry got the ground ball. It just was not hit hard enough to turn 2 on.
There's Villanueva with a run batted in. Here is Cormier, the pitcher, 2 for 14. Runners at the corners now. Cormier sends a ground ball on the right side. Maybe they can get 2 here. There's 1. They did get 2. So the Phillies, with the bases loaded and nobody out, give up just 1 run. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. 1 run, 3 hits, and 1 man left on base. Cards ahead 1-0.
I never noticed it growing up, but my parents were kind of old. But they were cool, because whenever us kids got bored, they'd do anything to entertain us. Gee, if we only had Prism, Pop wouldn't have to walk with that limp.
Love great entertainment? Then look to Prism for over 100 different movies a month. Hits like Lethal Weapon 3 and Batman Returns. To order Prism, dial 1-800-CABLE-ME. Call now and get $4.95 installation or a free upgrade plus 2 free Phillies tickets.
You wouldn't believe the stuff Mom would do when we were really bored.
When Bob borrowed a lawnmower, all he got was short grass. When Bob borrowed hedge clippers, all he got was nice shrubs. When Bob borrowed a ladder, all he got was red shutters. When Bob borrowed a hose, all he got was wet. But when Bob borrowed money, he got free banking services. The Mellon PSFS Smart Accounts. The package accounts for people who borrow as well as save.
Cards have a 1-0 lead, and the Phillies can feel thankful that they got out of that mess with no more damage than the Cardinals got.
A little surprising with men on first and third and only 1 out. Torrey elects not to bunt. Cormier hits the perfect double play ball to Morandini in second base. From there, it's just a matter of execution.
Laureano Duncan doing a nice job. And the Cardinals certainly would have been hopeful of getting more out of that situation. Bases loaded, nobody out. They got 1.
And defensively, anytime you're in a situation with bases loaded, nobody out, if they will tell you at the beginning of that inning or at that point in time, you can have 1 run and we'll be out of the inning, you'll be very satisfied with that. So the Phillies very happy with the way that inning turned out after the way it started.
Jim Fregosi came to the Phillies from the Cardinals system. He was the manager at Louisville for several years, so he knows most of these Cardinal players firsthand.
Yeah, a lot of these young Cardinal players came up through the Cardinal system and played for Jim at Louisville.
Dave Hollins to lead off the Phillies second. Dave certainly the hero of last night's game with his home run. And as we mentioned in the outset, he has homered in the last 2 Phillies victories. His RBI total of 23 now ranks him up there 4th in the league. On the corner for a strike. I look at what Dave Hollins was doing last year at this time and what he's doing this year. So if you think Hollins got off to a slow start, and he did a little bit, He certainly is well ahead of last year. Nice backhand stop by Jeffries. Cormier covers. Hollins is out. Cardinals throwing a little leather tonight, and so far the Phillies don't have a ball out of the infield.
Nice reaction by Jeffries on this ball. Spanked hard toward the hole. Has to retreat just a little bit to his backhand side. Makes a play and gets the ball over to Cormier quickly as Hollins is hustling down the line.
Got him by a step. Jeffries has nice soft hands. Torrey has been very impressed with the way he's played first base and with the way he has worked at it. He says, you know, Jeffries has been bad wrapped. He's not a good thrower, and most of his previous errors came when he was throwing, but he really works at playing first base. Darren Dalton leads the league with 28 walks. So even though he's hitting .238, he's got a terrific on-base percentage, and he's scored quite a few runs.
In the 26 games that Dutch has played so far this year, he's scored 18 times. So even though he's not up there in average right now, he's getting the job done offensively for the ball club.
Tink, you were telling me before we went on that in your mind it felt good to see him hit something to left field last night.
Yeah, last night Dutch hit the triple to left field, and it was a good sign because, you know, early in the season he's been trying to pull most of the balls back to what he had done in the past. Last year when he used the whole field, he became a much more successful hitter. It was a good sign to see him hit the ball the other way and hit it firmly. So does two things. Number one, it gives him some more confidence at the plate, and number two, it straightens up that Cardinal defense a little bit. They're not allowed to shift around quite as far to right field. It opens up the gaps in the outfield.
Dalton takes ball 2. It's 2-2, and here's the way the Cardinals are playing, Darren, tonight. Certainly as a pull hitter, no doubt, but maybe not quite as extreme as they would like. Interesting where Pena plays. He's an outfielder. Cardinals second baseman's in the outfield and midway between first and second. Look at him.
See that line that indicates the back of the infield?
Yeah.
If it grounds out the second, it's going to have to be 9-3.
He's playing at the 35.
And I'll tell you what, that can backfire on him too, because when he's playing that far out, if he has to go to his backhand over toward second base, that's going to be a long throw, and Dutch with some pretty good speed could beat an infield hit out very easily if he hits anything to Pena's right.
Probably has as good speed as any catcher in baseball, and that really is remarkable considering his knee operations. Cormier strikes him out. Fooled him on that pitch, and Cormier gets his first strikeout. Very impressive so far for Cormier. 5 batters, not a ball out of the infield. And the next hitter will be Incaviglia. Well, Sunday, tomorrow, going to be umbrella day here at the ballpark. Terrific red and white umbrella for all women 15 and over, featuring the Phillies logo. Compliments of MAV Paints. Make your plans by calling 463-1000 tomorrow here at the vet. Inky playing for the second day in a row, and a called strike to Incaviglia, who is 1 for 9 off Cormier. Those at bats coming when he was with Houston last year. Cormier has not won a game since his first start. April 7th, he beat San Francisco. Tonight is his 7th start. The club has won 3 of his 6 previous starts. That's low. 2 balls and a strike on Incaviglia. Broken bat shot, and he still hit it pretty well. But Langford is there. Imagine he broke his bat and still got it to the warning track in center field. So the Phillies are out in order, and at the end of 2, it's 1-0 St. Louis.
You can feel it deep inside. Dedication and a real sense of pride. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud.
broadcast a few average card collectors whose cards they collect.
I collect Steve Young. I collect endorsements. I collect back doctors and surgeons. Rings. I collect fines.
I just collect fishing lures. The musky dingbat.
Dingbat. I have a 56 powder blue Chevy. Powder blue? A Ferrari. I collect Reggie. Rolls Royce. Reggie. Really? Not.
Yeah. The smooth. Original interior, original carpet, drives like a dream.
Sunday afternoon, May 23rd at 1:35, the Phillies battle the Expos. And children 14 and under get a really great-looking equipment bag free. Compliments of Super Pretzel. Now, there's a twist. To order tickets, call 463-1000.
Cardinals 1, Phillies nothing. We go to the third. Friday, May 21st is going to be our annual instant vacation night here. Pack your bags. Be ready to leave on the spot to one of the many exciting locations. Trips are compliments of Rosenbluth International, guest quarters in U.S. Air. No purchase necessary to win. Just report to the stadium truck ramp between gates G and H at 6 o'clock. Trips are 4-2. You must be 18 years of age or older. 463-1000, the number to call for your tickets to see the game that night between the Phillies and the Expos. Top of the order for the Cardinals. Here's Geronimo Peno for one, ground ball to second base. And his only at bat. Terry starts him with a curveball and just misses. Hollins can't play it. Down the left field line, Incaviglia over to get it. Pena's going to second, and he's got a double. Two-base hit for Pena, the fifth hit for St. Louis.
Terry behind in the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Pena got a pitch on the inside part of the plate, just inside the bag at third base. David Hollins doing everything he can to try to knock it down, not able to cut it off. Inky does cut it off in the corners, throws just a little bit wide of second base. Probably would not have been in time to get Pena anyway.
Ozzie Smith, a little chopper. That's going to move the runner if nothing else. Dalton took a look at third, but takes the out at first. And the Cardinals have Pena at third base with 1 out. A little soft chop by Ozzie did the job of moving the runner.
Ozzie trying to hit the ball on the right side to move the runner to third base. Really didn't get as much of it as he wanted to, but was able to nub it out in front of the plate far enough that Dalton did not have a play at third base.
Now with Jeffries coming up, Teak, they're going to play the infield in. We're in the third inning. The Cards have a run already, so the Phillies are going to try to choke off one here. Jeffries lined out to center field first time up. I guess this is Jim Fregosi saying this is going to be a close, tight ball game tonight. We don't want to give up too much right here.
Well, I'm sure factored into this is the fact that Cormier has got the Phillies 3 up, 3 down the first 2 innings and appears to be sharp. So
yes.
You have a tendency to think that this is going to be a low-scoring ball game. You don't want to let the Cardinals get that extra run if you can possibly do it. Now, last inning with the bases loaded and nobody out, you were just trying to cut off the big inning. But in this inning, you'll take a chance of trying to save that 1 run at third base with 1 out.
And it is a chance, too, because many of the stat books have shown how much a hitter's average increases with a drawn in infield as opposed to the infield at regular depth. I mean, it's dramatic. It's going to add, what, 20, 25 points to your batting average?
At least, because the shortstop and second baseman playing up, they don't have the time to move as far laterally and cut off balls in the hole.
I mean, if this was the way to play defense normally, they'd play there all the time. But it is a 1-ball, 2-strike count on Jeffries, and Terry will probably go for the strikeout here if he can figure out how to do it. Jeffries, however, does not strike out. 7 strikeouts in 109 plate appearances for Jeffries. And with 2 strikes, he didn't cut down on his swing too much. We were talking with Cardinal broadcaster Mike Shannon tonight. Mike says he doesn't strike out, but he doesn't give way on that swing either.
Yeah, Jeffries, there's Michael right there.
The moon with Jack Buck.
Jeffries usually when he swings the bat, he makes some kind of contact.
A pop-up. Well, there's a little contact. Dalton's going to have a play. Jeffries slams the bat into the turf. He was really frustrated because he did not get the job done. He slammed his bat down. 2 outs. Now
I think Jeffries frustrated because he went up out of the strike zone there, and A pitch that he couldn't handle, a high fastball by Mulholland, not able to get on top of it and hit a line drive or get the ball hard on the ground. Pops it up to Dalton. Now the Phillies infielders can back up with 2 outs, and hopefully Terry can get on out of this inning. Save that run at third base. So if Terry can get Zeal, Jim Fergosi's theory has worked in the second inning.
Zeal rolled out to first base first time up there. Takes a pitch high, ball 1. Zeal's always been a tough out for the Phillies. .329 lifetime against the Phillies. Last year, Joe Torre complained about how infrequently his club got a runner in from third with less than 2 outs. Torre was telling me last night that his club is doing a good job of that this year. And I believe Zeal has done it in every instance. Of course, here there are 2 outs. He hits the ball to shortstop. Duncan takes time, gets him out, and the Phillies give up nothing in the third. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base, and the Cardinals lead the Phillies 1-0.
Baseball. Phillies baseball. Dykstra, Dalton, Hollins, Kruk. The home team. The home field. Comedy. Fatal Passion. Material Girl. True Love. Paths to Freedom. The best movie of the year. Home Team Sports. Great movies. Prism. 1 channel. 1 month. 1 call. Make it now.
Trouble with heartburn? Well, you could change your job, change your lifestyle, change your diet.
Bon appetit.
Or better still, reach for Rolaids. It absorbs acid fast to bring 100% relief to millions. So maybe you can't change your life, but you can get relief in original and calcium rich. Rolaids spells relief.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, who reminds you friends know when to say when. By your local Dodge dealers. Come in today because we know how to help. And by Nationwide Insurance. Nationwide is on your side. Your Nationwide agent in Philadelphia is Russell Corden. Now the Phillies gave up nothing more there. That business of playing the infield in worked out well for the Phils, and so it's still 1-0 St. Louis. And the Phillies still trying to get something working here against Cormier. The last batter, Incaviglia, did get the ball out of the infield. That fly ball to center on the track.
Well, that's a start. This getting the ball in the air off of Cormier. As I mentioned, when he's on, you're going to see a lot of ground balls. And through the first 2 innings, that's mostly what we saw from the Philly hitters.
4 out of the 6 outs have been ground balls. Another one was a strikeout. Chamberlain takes a strike. Wes at 273. Chamberlain 391 lifetime off left-handers. One ball, 1 strike. Bottom third of the order, Chamberlain, Morandini, and Mulholland. Smash left field, extra bases for Chamberlain. Play to second. Wes is in there. It's a double. The Phillies' first hit. Chamberlain's double.
Wes hits his bar hard into the left field corner. Gets it by Canseco. Canseco does a nice job of playing the ball off the wall and getting it back in quickly to Ozzie Smith, who turns just late at second base, but a good relay from Canseco to Smith. Chamberlain hustling all the way. Leads off the third inning with a double.
Now Mickey Morandini, the hitter. Mickey at 213. Normally in a spot like this hitter wants to move the runner, but with a pitcher coming up, that's not your priority necessarily.
No, I think Mickey in this situation is just looking for a pitch to hit hard somewhere. If it was Tommy Green on the on-deck circle, that theory might change, but Mulholland not a strong hitter. So if you get an opportunity to get a pitch you can hit hard and possibly drive in that run yourself, you'd like to do it.
Mickey this year has hit left-handers almost as well as he's hit right-handers. He's not hitting a whole lot overall. 213, but Mickey thinks it's just around the corner. He thinks he's almost there as far as perfecting his stroke. Cormier gets a breaking ball over for a strike, and Mickey doesn't think so. Look at that look.
Ozzie Smith, the Cardinal shortstop, is bird-dogging Chamberlain at second base. Appeared to be outside, but with Smith bird-dogging Chamberlain at second base, there's a big hole on the left side of the Cardinal infield.
Foul ball.
Mickey with that big bat and that short stroke, if he can spank one hard on the left side and get it by Zeal, there's a good chance that it's going to go through into left field.
When you talk about Real Cormier, he's not one of the hard throwers. There's Zeal. He's playing off the line, but there's still plenty of room to Zeal's left until you reach Ozzie. Timeout. Before tonight, Chamberlain at second. Morandini had never faced Real Cormier. You remember last year, Jim Fregosi mostly did not play Mickey against left-handed pitching. Well, something's got to give. Chamberlain edged out at second base, and when Cormier saw him do that, he was determined he was not going to make the pitch with him standing there. It was just a question of who was going to blink first.
Cormier just staring at second base, seeing if Ozzie Smith was going to make a move behind Chamberlain. Ozzie didn't, so the waiting game was on.
Looked to me like Mickey was trying to do exactly what you were talking about, Teak. That was definitely a left field swing.
Well, with 2 strikes, Mickey has to be protecting the plate, and the easiest way to do that is to hit the ball the opposite way. Stay back, wait, see the ball real well, and just try to punch it the other way. We said there's a big hole over on that left side.
Got jammed on that one. Pena makes the play. Chamberlain takes third on Morandini's ground out. And we'll see what Terry Mulholland can do about getting wood on the ball here anyway. Terry in 14 at-bats has struck out 9 times. But even if he did strike out here, it would give Dykstra a chance.
Good news is, from Terry's perspective, is that the people that give him the most problem are the hard throwers. Cormier not an overpowering pitcher, so Terry might be able to get the bat on the ball with that sinking fastball. Even we saw it early in the game from the Cardinals standpoint. Get one of those little choppers off the front of the plate that bounces high in the air and give Chamberlain a chance to score on that.
Cardinals play the infield in tight. He does get the advantage in this particular instance about being a right-handed hitter, facing a left-hander here. And there's that drawn-in infield for St. Louis. It worked for the Phillies tonight. Let's see how the Cards make out with it here. 1-0 St. Louis. Mulholland has 6 major league runs batted in, 24 hits, 0.78 is his lifetime batting average. Strike. And it's quickly 0-2. Now Terry's got to really protect the plate. Cormier trying to get out of trouble. The first trouble he has been in. First time the Phillies have had a base runner this evening. Line drive caught by Cormier. He smashed it, but Cormier in self-defense caught it. I bet he could see his life flash there, Teak. Watch how hard this is hit.
No balls and 2 strikes. Cormier makes a mistake here. A fastball right down the middle. Mulholland just crushes it back up the middle. Cormier able to throw the glove up and get a hold of it.
And look, he's thinking double play, too. That was very heads up on Cormier's part.
So Terry does everything you want to do with the infield drawn in. You want to try to hit the ball hard somewhere. He does that, and he hits it right back at Cormier, who makes a very alert play catching that ball. I don't know if it was alert or self-defense, one of the two. Either way, it worked for the Cardinals.
Lenny out on a check swing the last time. Gets the full swing here, but he grounds out, and the Phillies have been retired. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left on base. And after 3 innings, the Cards lead the Phillies 1-0.
This is your world, genuine and true. You're the one
Mark your calendars now, because we've got great fun, great baseball on the way. The Phillies play the Cardinals Friday, May 7th, Saturday, May 8th, and Sunday afternoon, May 9th at 1:35. When women 15 and over get a good-looking umbrella free. Then it's the Pirates Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, May 10th, 11th, and 12th, all at 7:35. Reserve your tickets in advance. Call 463-1000.
All right, let's check the National League scoreboard today. Florida beat New York by a 4-2 score. Winning pitcher was Jack Armstrong, a save for Brian Harvey, his 9th. Pete Schurig suffered the defeat there. The Cubs over San Diego 8-6 in that one. Chuck McElroy picked up the win. Then in the Atlanta victory over Colorado, 8-7 there. And that was a game that Colorado had a 6-0 lead at one point. Cincinnati-Houston underway tonight. Los Angeles 2-2 with San Francisco in the 11th. Montreal 2, Pittsburgh nothing. Cincinnati-Houston, as we say, underway. Let's check the American League. Baltimore beat the Blue Jays 6-3. Rick Sutcliffe won his 3rd. It was Milwaukee over the Red Sox 6-3. Winning pitcher there was Carl Eldred. And the White Sox leading Cleveland 5-1 in the 3rd. There's a base hit for Witten. He has been unbelievable in the series. He's 2 for 2 now tonight. And Witten had the 2 big hits for the Cards last night and knocked in all 3 of their runs. That's the 3rd inning in a row the Cards have had their leadoff man aboard.
And for the 2nd time in a row, Witten bounces the ball back up the middle. The first time, Morandini caught it just behind the second base bag. This time hits it a little more firm and gets it all the way through into center field. So Witten hitting the ball straight back up the middle against Mulholland 2 times this evening.
The batter is Langford. He's a tough man to double. Phillies looking for 2 here. The Cards have out-hit the Phillies now 6-1. So they probably feel like they should have a bigger lead. It's still only 1-0. We saw Witten over there the last time, and Terry kept making plays to keep him close. In the air, out of play. Holland made a play for it, but he had no shot.
David Holland's following all that ball all the way to the stand. I think he still thinks he's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
He's got all that room in foul territory. David, we're back at the vet. There's not quite as much room over there.
Yeah, he was telling me the first foul ball that was hit in Candlestick the other night, he forgot to go after it. He said, oh, my golly, I said to myself, hey, we're in San Francisco. I got to start running them out. There's Witten taking a cautious lead. Teak, as a pitcher, when you see a hitter trigger his stroke by lifting that front foot as Langford does, is there anything that you can do to try to capitalize on that?
Well, the first thing you want to try to do is change speeds on him. You know, when you got somebody up on 1 foot, obviously it's a little harder to keep their balance, but
Kruk saved one there.
Nice play by John. Langford has shown, though, over the last couple of years that, you know, the off-speed stuff really doesn't get him out on the front foot. He's able to stay back with his hands. And you know, you just pretty much put it out of your mind that it's just a hitting style rather than you know, trying to be a trigger mechanism.
It's a base hit. We've got the same thing unfolding here as occurred in the 2nd inning when the Cardinals got their run, as Witten and Langford have both opened with singles. So that's hit number 7 for St. Louis. First and second, nobody out. We mentioned that hitters were batting only 207, I should say, off Mulholland coming into the game, but these Cardinals are really racking up the singles. But that's the way they do it, Teak, a base at a time.
Base at a time and use the running game. That's been Cardinal baseball for quite a while now. The kind of baseball you really have to play in Busch Stadium. This club geared to play in Busch Stadium.
Curveball for a strike on Canseco. Ozzie singled his first time up.
Because the Cardinals have 81 dates in Busch Stadium, of course, the club is geared to speed, number 1, for the offensive part of it, because it's hard to hit the ball out of that ballpark, and number 2, defensively, you have to have speed in Busch Stadium to cover those large gaps.
Strike 2. 0-2 on Canseco. He's filling in for Bernard Gilkey. Gilkey is out with a strained right quadricep muscle, and it really is hurting the Cardinals because he was doing a terrific job. Gilkey was playing every day in left field and putting up some impressive numbers. Did he swing? No, says Charlie Williams. Well, some people thought he did.
Well, we'll find out right now. Pretty touchy, Charlie. Pretty close. Charlie says no.
1-2. He did that time. Don't need Charlie's help. Terry Mulholland gets his first strikeout, and he gets it in a great spot.
After starting Canseco off with the off-speed breaking ball, Terry comes back with 3 straight fastballs, inside, up, and down and away.
Villanueva at the plate. He has the only run batted into the night. Got it on an infield ground out, hitting the ball to Hollins at third. Ball 1 on Villanueva. 3 hits for him, 2 home runs. Whitten at second, Langford at first, 1 out. Strike on the inside corner, 1-1 on Villanueva. Tom Pagnazzi getting the night off, even though Pags has good numbers off Mulholland. Cardinals have an off day coming up Monday. They were off Thursday as well. For that reason, one of the Cardinals starters, Omar Olivares, is back in the bullpen. We saw him in relief here last night, in fact. The Cuban defector Rene Rocha made this club and was giving them some effective starts, but he's on the disabled list right now. So the Cardinals have been hurt by some early injuries, having had to use the DL twice already. Curveball for a called third strike. Mulholland gives up back-to-back singles, then gets back-to-back strikeouts.
Canseco uses the breaking ball early and fastballs later. Villanueva reverses the trend. Goes with the fastballs early in the count, drops the curveball right on the outside corner. So 2 outstanding pitches by Terry Mulholland.
Now he faces the pitcher Cormier, who grounded into a double play last time he was up there. Fastball to him, it's high. Cormier for the year batting .133, 2 hits and 15 trips. Low 2-0 on Cormier. Whitten at second base. Langford's the runner at first. Terry Mulholland has pitched this entire game out of the stretch. The only batter that he didn't face from the stretch was the leadoff hitter of the game. Since that point, there have been runners on every moment. Well, that's not true. He starts the inning, out of the windup.
The first batter of each inning, but the first inning only pitches the first 2 batters out of the windup.
That's right. Slapped on the ground. Hollins cuts it off, flips to second, fielder's choice, and the inning is over. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 men left on base. It's 1-0 St. Louis.
Major League Baseball Home Video proudly presents Centennial, over 100 years of Philadelphia Phillies baseball. This special video captures the passion and excitement that is shared by the Phillies and their fans. Relive all the joy and fun of 1950 and the beloved Whiz Kids. And who will ever forget the magical year of 1980 when the Phillies won it all? A must for every Phillies fan, Centennial has the history, the fun, and the hustle of Philadelphia baseball. To order for just $19.95 plus $4 shipping, send check or money order to this address. Or use your credit card and call 1-800-255-9200. That's 1-800-255-9200.
Right
Right now, Chase is sending millions of hard-working Americans a little reward. The opportunity to get a Chase Manhattan credit card with a low variable rate and the chance to consolidate your high-interest balances onto one low-rate card. Ours. So send in your pre-approved application. It'll be the easiest thing you've done all day. Chase Manhattan. Profit from the experience.
Friday, May 21st at 7:35, the Phillies play the Montreal Expos, and you can win an instant vacation. Compliments of Rosenbluth Travel and guest quarters, no purchase necessary. For more information and to reserve your tickets, call 463-1000.
Equipment Bag Day coming up May 23rd, a Sunday. Phillies meet the Expos 135, and for all children 14 and under, compliments of Super Pretzel. We have a terrific equipment bag, full size in red with blue handles and the Phillies logo. There's the number for your tickets, 463-1000. We'll see you on Sunday the 23rd. And right now we see the Cards over the Phillies 1-0. Phil's batting in the fourth inning. Mariano Duncan hit his first home run last night. This evening 0 for 1, ground ball to second baseman Pena. Hard but foul, strike one. Mariano, a .306 lifetime hitter when he's facing a left-hander. He really wails on the lefties. Cormier got that sinker down low. 0-2.
What about that home run that Dunk hit out of here last night into the right field bullpen? Yeah. I mean, a line shot the opposite way. Normally, you think of Mariano Duncan hitting the ball hard, but you don't think of him hitting opposite field home runs, especially line drive home runs.
Yeah, hit that off a left-hander, McGrain. In on him, 1-2.
That ball was smoked.
Curveball for a called third strike. Cormier gets his second strikeout. And Dunk walks away without complaint. What can you say? Give the nod to the pitcher.
Much like Terry Mulholland in the last inning, a perfect pitch by Cormier. Drops it right over the outside corner. Bounces away from Villanueva, but since Duncan didn't run, an easy tag play for him.
Here's John Kruk. He was out on a ground ball to Jeffries first time up. Pottsville, Pennsylvania's beer baron Dick Yangling is here at the ball game tonight. Down the left field line, foul out of play. Nice crowd on hand here. John Kruk posting outstanding numbers again this year at .319 right now. One of the most unusual batting styles, the way he uncorks from that very back part of that batter's box. Two and one. By the way, talking about there he is.
Now a lot of hitters hit with 1 foot on the back line. Not too many of them hit with 2 feet on the back line.
Broken bat ground ball right to Cormier. The bat shattered, but Cormier gets himself another ground ball. So he's look what John's got left. Not much. Not much at all.
That's getting sawed off right there. The big end of the bat, the business end, went back over toward the corner of the Phillies dugout. See the big part of that barrel, that bat flying back down toward the direction where Jim Fregosi said. You see Kruk looking back to see where the barrel of the bat went, making sure it didn't hit anybody. Says, I'm supposed to have more than this left.
The batter is Dave Hollins. Hollins 0 for 1 tonight. Ground ball hit to first. Fly ball should be caught in right field. Whitten. Well, there's a fly ball out, but an out nonetheless. And after 4 innings tonight, Cards lead the Phillies 1-0.
This is your world, genuine and true. You're the one who keeps coming through, 'cause you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud.
help you, sir?
Yeah, I'll have a Coca-Cola.
You sure you want a Coke?
Yeah, I want a Coke.
Okay, pal.
Why did you order a Coke? It tastes good.
Didn't care if it was a Coke. You just
I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola.
Need a drink, sir?
I'll just have a...
You'll just have a...
I'll just have a Coke.
Ooh.
Hear that, guys? A Coca-Cola. See ya, pal. Oh.
Okay, panel. How can you recognize the genuine Yellow Pages?
It has a yellow cover.
Good.
It says Belle of Pennsylvania on the front.
Right.
It has more choices inside.
Yes! That's how you tell a genuine article from mere imitators. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
The genuine Belle of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages. 9 out of 10 use it. No other book can match it. A Bell Atlantic Company.
Still plenty of time for season tickets, and the plans, of course, will be prorated since the season is underway. Even the smallest plan, the $130 plan for the 13 Sunday games, will be prorated. Number on your screen is the number to use, 463-5000, to give you all the information on the many different types of season tickets. 1-0 Cards. It has been that way since the second inning. Pena tonight has grounded out and doubled. Top of the order, Pena, Smith, and Jeffries. See if Terry can retire that first hitter in the inning. For the last 3 innings in a row, the Cards have had a hit out of their leadoff man. Smash to left field, fair or foul? Foul ball. Oh, baby. In the seats. Pena has 1 home run this year. He really turned on that.
Terry got behind him on a 2-ball, no strike count. He had to come into the fat part of the strike zone, and Pena just leaned all over that. Only about 5 or 6 feet foul down the left field line, so Phillies dodge a bullet there.
Terry gets that one in on him, and in a good spot, 2-2. We talked earlier about how much better a hitter he is from the right side.
Also, we talked earlier about the Cardinals and how proficient they were at scoring runs in the first inning when they get to start with that top of that lineup. This is the 3rd inning tonight that Pena's been the leadoff man.
It's true. He strikes him out. By the way, those numbers were mixed up on the screen. He has the higher average batting right-handed, not versus right-handed. Terry Mulholland gets his 3rd strikeout.
After being behind 0-2, came back with a breaking ball down and in, and then Pena may have gone out of the strike zone a little bit there, up high after that fastball.
Ozzie Smith has singled and hit a little chopper in front of the plate that Dalton handled. By the way, if you hear a lot of young voices in the background tonight, it's because there are almost 8,000 loyal and devoted Phillies fans, members of the AAA Mid-Atlantic School Safety Program here tonight. These youngsters are from schools in Bucks, Chester, Delaware, and Montgomery counties, the city of Philadelphia, and also from Atlantic and Cape May counties in New Jersey and the state of Delaware. Play for Hollins. Dave's got it. Ozzie is out, 2 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Phillies and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form or otherwise used without the express written consent of the Phillies. Jeffries. He has lined to center and fouled out to Dalton. Bounced it foul, 1-1 on Jeffries. Torrey told me, he said, you know, when we traded Felix Jose to get this guy, he said, I knew we would take a lot of heat for that trade. He said, and Felix Jose is a good player, but we could not protect him in our lineup, and we needed a contact hitter like Jeffries. He is very, very pleased with the way things have worked out. Hard ground ball. Hollins has it. Makes the throw, and Terry Mulholland has his first 1-2-3 inning. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. Down go the Cards. Entering the bottom of the fifth, they still lead 1-0.
To solve a murder, he stepped into the dead man's shoes.
Spencer have a first name?
He called himself Bob. Officially, I don't exist.
Here you go.
He followed the trail to White Sands.
This is about creating enemies when there aren't any.
I don't ever get involved in these kinds of deals.
Give $500,000 to a man you don't even know? Where truth is the ultimate disguise.
I've never met anyone like you. You're honest. Even when you're lying.
Willem Dafoe, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, and Mickey Rourke. White Sands, the most dangerous place to be.
What you use inside your own house if price were no object? Well, it isn't anymore, because Sherwin-Williams is rolling back prices during their price rollback sale. Right now, you can pick up a gallon of Style Perfect Interior Flat Latex for just $8.99. And that's a great paint for a great price, folks. So you got a choice. You can spend less at Sherwin-Williams or settle for less somewhere else. Sherwin-Williams price rollback sale ends May 22nd. So, get rolling.
Phillies baseball brought to you by Jiffy Lube, America's favorite oil change. By Bell of Pennsylvania Yellow Pages, no other book can match it, a Bell Atlantic company. And by Ford, get great deals on 5 of the 10 best-selling cars and trucks in America during the Great American Ford Sales Event at your Quality Plus Ford dealer. Andy Musser with Kent DeColby. The Cardinals continue ahead 1-0. And we go to the bottom half of the fifth inning with Darren Dalton to lead it off against a surprisingly effective Real Cormier. Missed with his breaking ball. Dalton struck out his first trip up. Dalton has a .436 on-base percentage because of all the walks he has been given. And walks tonight, none for either pitcher. We told you there wouldn't be many, and there haven't been any. Check swing, foul ball. It's a ball and 2 strikes on Dalton. Dalton had some great numbers. Garrett. A little. Darren Dalton with a 2-2 count. We were having a little microphone problem there, but I believe things have been restored to normalcy, whatever that is, Teak.
Whatever that may be.
And there you are.
I'm here.
Outside, ball 3, and it's a full count on Dalton. We said that Cormier has not walked anybody. Cormier strikes him out for the second straight time. 3 strikeouts for Real.
This shows what kind of confidence Cormier has in his breaking ball. 3-2, throws the slider down and away. Dutch chases it out of the strike zone, but you know, knowing Cormier's reputation of not walking people, Dutch has to be looking for a ball in the strike zone right there. A good pitch by Cormier. Just off the plate, Dalton fishes.
Incaviglia. He broke his bat the first time up, but still got the ball on the warning track in center field. Swings at a high fastball, but no contact. Inky at 224 right now. 14 runs batted in for him, 11 of which have come here at the vet. In the series windup tomorrow, Curt Schilling goes for the Phillies on Mother's Day against Bob Tewksbury. There's another guy that never walks anybody. Tewksbury has walked only 2 batters all year in 32 2/3 innings. So the Phillies won't be getting any free passes tomorrow.
And that's a direct result of the philosophy of Joe Coleman, the St. Louis Cardinal pitching coach. He preaches constantly, don't walk your pitcher or don't walk hitters, because you're going to give up some base hits, but don't help them out by giving them a free pass.
Inside. Cormier has held the Phillies to 1 hit. The guy who has it is on deck, Chamberlain. Foul ball. Start number 7 for Cormier. He last pitched last Sunday, got a no decision at Atlanta. St. Louis lost that game 4-3. And he went 7 innings in that one, giving up just 1 earned run. 2-2. Tewksbury, the ace of the Cardinal staff. Joe McGrain's getting back in form. We saw him last night. Cormier, Donovan Osborne. And they're using Omar Olivares as their other pitcher right now. High, it's a ball. He didn't swing. And in full count, you got to look at Tewksbury charting the game for tomorrow. Second straight hitter that's run a full count off Cormier. Inky is one of those home run or strikeout guys. He's always been that way throughout his career. A lot of power. And he smashes one to the gap. Extra bases for Incaviglia. He's got a 1-out double. The Phillies have 2 hits tonight. They're both doubles.
Cormier went to 3-2 on Dalton and threw the breaking ball here to Incaviglia. 3-2, throws him 2 straight fastballs, and you can't throw too many straight fastballs to Incaviglia. He's going to catch up to that baby. Rifled that one right into left center field gap, cruises into second easily with a double. Inky loves to hit that fastball.
So he represents the tying run. Here's Chamberlain, who doubled his first time up. Phillies are down 1-0. Ground ball, foul, strike 1 on West. Chamberlain hitting .284. Chamberlain 1 for 3 in his career facing Cormier. This is the key batter in things right here, because the next hitter is a left-handed batter, Morantini. So Chamberlain wants to get it done right here. West turning from that pitch, thinking it was inside, but the call goes to Cormier. 0-2. Chamberlain still pulls the ball. Base hit. Incaviglia scores. It's a 1-1 game. RBI single for Chamberlain to tie it.
Cormier goes to the well one too many times. Got the call on the inside last pitch to Chamberlain. Tries to come back in there again. West is ready for him this time and slams it down the left field line for an RBI single.
The hitter is Morandini. There's Wes at first with his 8th run batted in. Morandini takes it low, ball 1. Mickey grounded out to second. And Villanueva wants to go to the mound to talk it over with his pitcher. Look at those hitting totals, so the Phillies feel fortunate that the Cardinals don't have more than 1 run. The Dodgers jumped on top of the Giants 5-2 in the 12th inning. Morandini, solid contact. Chamberlain to second on Mickey's hit. The Phillies came into the inning with 1 hit. Now they've had 3 in a row. Terry Mulholland probably up to move him along.
Cormier in total control the first 4 innings of this ball game. All of a sudden, first 2 hitters in this inning runs 3 and 2 counts. Does get Dalton. Incaviglia gets a double. All of a sudden, the Phillies hitter is able to elevate the ball now and get it up over the infield. The majority of the balls early in the game on the ground could be an indicator that Cormier is starting to lose a little bit off that sinking fastball.
2 on for the Phillies, and Mulholland up at the plate. He's just had a conference with Boa, and the Cardinals will be ready for a bunt. Terry has sacrificed twice. First time up, he lined back to Cormier. That is low, ball 1. No action in the Cardinal bullpen. It's a 1-1 ball game in the 5th.
All that means yes, you're bunting again.
Sure it does. As the count is 1-0.
On the first pitch, Jeffries was charging from first. Zeal holding his ground at third base, so he would like to try to get the ball on the ground toward third base if he can.
Slug bunt, fielded by Zeal. Has a little trouble getting the ball out. The out at first base. Jeffries didn't know whether to tag him or tag the bag. But that's as good as a sacrifice because the runners move. A slug bunt by Terry.
So it did not mean that you're bunting all the way. Terry slugs the ball to third base. Now Todd Zeal makes a bad decision right here. Plenty of time to turn around and still get the force at third base on Chamberlain, but he does not even think about going to third base. Takes the ball and throws it across the diamond to Jeffries. Allows the Phillies to move the base runners up. So Zeal does the Phillies a favor by not taking the force out at third and possibly a double play to end the inning.
It sure looked like he had a shot at third base. Here's Lenny Dykstra, who is 0 for 7 in the series without getting the ball out of the infield. Outside, ball 1 on Lenny. It's a 1-1 ball game, but the Phillies have a chance for some major damage here in the inning. And the Cardinals, at least for the moment, are leaving it up to Cormier. There is nobody up in their bullpen.
And Zeal should be the last guy to make that mistake on the play because he calls the defenses on the bunt, so he's telling everybody else with that defense we're trying to get a force at third.
Dykstra takes a strike. 1-1.
So it should be utmost in his mind that, the idea that Joe Torre was going with was try to get the force play at third base. He gets the ball hit to him and then all of a sudden panics and does not take the out at third, but throws the ball across the diamond to first base.
So we've got Chamberlain at third base and Morandini at second. 2 outs. Bouncer on the right side, but Pena closes the hole and gets Lenny Dykstra for the 3rd out of the inning. In the 5th, the Phillies tied the game, a run on 3 hits. 2 men left on base, and after 5, it's Phillies 1, Cardinals 1.
I remember last year, honey, when we were moving.
Right.
Well, she called us and said if we put both our new house and car policies with her, we would save money.
Well, we have so many choices at Nationwide, and my job is to make you aware of your options.
She was always there with an answer.
That's the way we're trained, to be very knowledgeable and to be there when people really need you the most. And that's important.
Agents like Margaret are Nationwide.
Nationwide is on your side.
You can feel it deep inside. Dedication and a real sense of pride. And you're giving it your best. Proud to be your bud. Budweiser. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud. Ooh, yeah. Proud to be your bud. Proud to be your bud.
7 big games are coming up. First, the Expos. Thursday, May 20th. Friday, May 21st. Instant vacation night, Saturday, May 22nd. And Sunday afternoon, May 23rd, when all kids 14 and under get a free equipment bag. Then it's the Mets. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, May 24th, 25th, and 26th, all at 7:35. Call 463-1000.
If you love movies, this is a great time to order Prism. Prism's Summer of '93 will feature blockbusters like Lethal Weapon 3, Batman Returns, and The Prince of Tides. And right now is a great time to get Prism. Call 1-800-CABLE-ME right now because participating cable systems are offering $4.95 installation, a free upgrade, plus 2 Phillies tickets. So call 1-800-CABLE-ME and get Prism today. We have a 1-1 ball game now as Todd Zeile leads off the 6th for the Cardinals. Zeile promoted to the cleanup hole tonight, has 2 ground balls so far. He's 0 for 2. Mitch Webster hit a 2-run home run for the Dodgers in the 12th inning. Giants now batting, but it's 5-2 LA. That would be a tough loss for those Giants. Zeile chases one up high. It's 0-2 on him. Terry Mulholland's given up a lot of hits tonight. He's given up 7. He gave up only 6 in 9 innings in his last start. Tonight, 7 already tonight, and we're in the 6th. But it's a 1-1 ball game, and he is a very, very competitive person. Pop-up should be an out. Kruk chasing. 1 away in the 6th. Second foul ball caught by the Phillies tonight. Jeffries fouled out to Dalton earlier. Well, let's see if the Phillies can find a way to get Witten out. He's been tough. He already has 4 hits in the series. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Doesn't seem to make much difference to him which side of the plate he's on. He's 3 for 3. This guy's a machine.
Just walk to the plate, see the ball, get a single. Game simple.
The Cleveland Indians have that many players that they can...
Fastball up in the strike zone. Witten just drives it through the right side of the infield. Talked about the high number of hits that Terry's given up tonight. Not the norm for Terry to give up as many hits, and not the norm for Terry to throw as many pitches up in the strike zone as he has been. He's been having trouble all night long getting the ball down in the strike zone.
Langford is 2 for 2. He jams him here. Of the 8 hits that Terry has given up, 5 have gone to these 2 batters, Witten and Langford.
So normally when Terry Mulholland's on the mound, you're going to see a lot of pitches down in the strike zone, but he's really struggled with that strike zone tonight. A lot of the strikes and calls that he's getting are up in the strike zone, and a lot of the bad pitches that the Cardinal hitters are swinging at are up above the strike zone. So they have been helping him out a little bit by swinging some of those pitches out of the strike zone.
Time call. Nope. Up a little bit, 1-1. Well, we mentioned that Mulholland is a battler. He's fun to watch pitch because he is so competitive. And in a tight ball game like this, he will really battle with you. Last Sunday in his last start, he had that big lead, 9-1. Kruk comes off the bag to make sure he catches it. High again. 2-1. Terry talking to himself a little bit.
Well, he knows that he's having trouble getting the ball down in the strike zone. And, you know, the last thing you want to do when you're out there and having that trouble is to let off of the pitches and just try to concentrate just on throwing anything down in the strike zone. You have to be able to throw good stuff down in the strike zone. Terry battling it right now, but staying on top of his game.
Gets the second strike here on Langford on that ground foul. It's 2-2.
And I think that's what really makes Terry as good as he is the fact that he does constantly battle, and if things aren't going well for him, if he's not being able to make the pitches that he wants to make, he doesn't give in. He's going to continue to fight with you. He's going to find a way somehow to try to get the job done.
Got in, the runner goes, great throw, he is out! A strikeout double play to end the inning, and a terrific job by Darren Daulton. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. No runs, a hit, nobody left. Bottom of the 6th, 1-1 tie.
I never noticed it growing up, but my parents were kind of old. But they were cool, because whenever us kids got bored, they'd do anything to entertain us. Gee, if we only had Prism, Pop wouldn't have to walk with that limp.
Love great entertainment? Then look to Prism for over 100 different movies a month. Hits like Lethal Weapon 3 and Batman Returns. To order Prism, dial 1-800-CABLE-ME. Call now and get $4.95 installation or a free upgrade plus 2 free Phillies tickets.
You wouldn't believe the stuff Mom would do when we were really bored.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands.
Before our children can carry on some of our most fundamental values, they must first understand them. And we can't think of a better reason to support education. Mellon, PSFS.
1-1 ball game preserved by the strikeout double play.
Pitcher's best friend when you're struggling. Get some help from your friends. Here, good pitch by Terry on the outside part of the plate, and excellent throw by Darren Daulton, getting the ball down to second base. Touch is so good at this. You watch Whitten. Terry freezes him at first base, looks back to see if there's contact. No contest. Tell you what, Dutch's throwing to second base is really improved.
He started that last year. Well, talking about the homestand, it continues tomorrow. Cardinals here on Umbrella Day at 1:35. Then Pittsburgh Pirates here for the next 3 nights, all 3 of them at 7:35. And the pitching matchups for the Pirates, Danny Jackson and Bob Walk to start. Ben Rivera and Dave Otto on Tuesday. Tommy Green and Dave Tomlin on Wednesday. Darren Daulton, so good in all phases of the game. Duncan leads off for the Phillies. Ground ball past the mound, but Pena there. Dunk is out. 1 pitch gets Duncan to start the 6th inning. So it looks like Cormier is still doing his thing when he gets those soft ground balls. That's what Real Cormier is all about. Phillies had 3 straight hits off him last inning, but they were able to get just 1 run across. John Kruk, 0 for 2, both ground balls in the infield. Another topper, just not making solid contact off Cormier. Those are 2 of the softest ground balls you'll see. Next try, Dave Hollins. Hollins tonight has grounded out on a 3-1 hookup and fly to right. Last year, when the Phillies and Cardinals met 18 times, St. Louis won 11 of those 18. The Phillies did win the series here at the Bet by 4, but the Phillies were able to pick up only 2 wins and 9 tries at Busch Stadium last year. Foul ball. Ball and a strike on Hollins. Ooh, can he get back?
A little help from your friends.
Ball and a strike on Dave, hitting here with the bases empty and 2 outs. Jammed him. Cormier certainly is not afraid to come inside, is he?
Well, he likes to pitch on the outside part of the plate. That's where that sinker is most effective. But to do that, you have to be able to move the ball on the inside part of the plate to keep the hitters honest. David Hollins, the first 2 times up, has hit the ball to the right side both times. So Cormier has to come inside to keep him honest. So Villanueva's calling for the fastball away. Way away.
Foul ball. Still 2-2 on Hollins. How about these folks showing up here at the vet? We've got another huge crowd tonight and a big one expected for tomorrow afternoon on Mother's Day. Maybe as many as 50,000 will be here tomorrow, and you can see that it's filled in pretty well tonight. Hollins hits it in the hole, base hit. The Phillies' 4th hit of the ball game is a 2-out single for Hollins.
Finally, Hollins gets a pitch up in the strike zone from Cormier. Belled high out over the middle of the plate. You could see by Cormier's reaction as he just kind of bent over after he threw that pitch. He did not like the location on that one. David says, thank you. You got one up for me finally. I'm going to slam it through the hole.
Now Darren Dalton gets a 3rd try. Each of the first 2 tries resulted in strikeouts. Low, ball 1 on Dalton. Darren at 232. Villanueva wants to go to the mound.
If you remember last time around, Dalton able to work Cormier to a 3-2 count. Ended up fishing for a breaking ball out of the strike zone. Pretty much that same pitch that Cormier started him off with this time. That's what I'd like to try to get him in that same situation and then take your chances at 3-2.
There's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeff Bagwell hit a 3-run home run for the Astros tonight. Last we saw, they were leading that game with Cincinnati. Ground ball right to Jeffries. Dalton is retired, and down go the Phillies. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. And after 6, this is a 1-1 tie.
We need to talk. You see, you and I have something in common.
Batman returns.
Batman. To destroy Batman, we must first turn him into what he hates the most. Namely, us.
Batman returns.
Did you System 3 in every grade of gasoline?
System 3 gets high marks in every grade, which is a lot better than I ever did.
My dad says Texaco puts System 3 in every grade. I'm in the 4th grade.
Of course. That's why I always fill up with System 3. What do I look like? Don't say it.
Visit your Texaco station.
I can get the tires rotated, the car lubed, and still get home in time for the game.
Mow the lawn.
For unbeatable System 3 gasolines and so much more.
Mow the lawn?
Mow the lawn.
Let's check the Major League scoreboard right now. Florida Marlins beat the Mets 4-2 today. Jack Armstrong was the winner there. The Cubs 8-6 over San Diego. Gary Sheffield hit a Padre home run. Sammy Sosa hit another one for the Cubs. Braves 8-7 over the Rockies. A grand slam for Sid Bream in that one. In 12 innings, the Dodgers beat San Francisco 5-2. A Mitch Webster home run in the 12th. Pirates 5-2 over Montreal there in the 5th. Houston 5, Cincinnati nothing there in the 2nd. Let's go to the AL. Baltimore over Toronto 6-3, a win for Rick Sutcliffe. Milwaukee 6-3 over the Red Sox. Ernest Riles homered in that ball game, and so did Greg Vaughn. Cleveland, Chicago 6-6, and they are in the 5th inning. The Yankees are ahead of Detroit 6-5 in the 4th. The Texas-Kansas City game is in a rain delay in the top of the 1st, and a couple of other games later, Minnesota, Seattle, and Oakland, California. Here, We have a 1-1 game as the Cardinals hit in the 7th inning. Both starting pitchers still in the ball game. Bottom third of the order here. Ozzie Canseco takes a strike. Ozzie is 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. He and Jose are twins. Ozzie is older than Jose by 2 minutes. Terry Mulholland's figures a year ago and today, win-wise and earned run average-wise, he swung at that. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ozzie Canseco, who was born in Havana. Played in Japan in '91. '92, the Cardinals signed him as a 6-year minor league free agent. Terry says, well, if you're going to swing at him down there, I'll give you another chance.
Canseco, at least a little bit that I've seen him, appears to be a guy that likes to extend his arms, as most power hitters do. The ball on the inside part of the plate seems to lock him up a little bit.
Gets a ground ball here. It's through the hole for a base hit. Canseco has his second hit. And the Cardinals have their leadoff man aboard. They've done that a lot tonight. 4th time in the ball game they've gotten their leadoff man on. Hit number 9 for St. Louis. The Cardinals have their bullpen up, so Villanueva will bat here, and they might pinch hit for Cormier. They certainly will be ready to. Mike Perez is up in the Cardinal bullpen. You know that Lee Smith has not been in a game in May. This is the 8th of May, and they haven't gotten their closer in a ball game yet this month.
Well, it'd be real nice if the Phillies can keep it that way.
Really?
He's not a pleasure to see. A heck of a pitcher, but you just don't like seeing him out there.
Yeah, and Joe Torre was telling me that he has his fastball back. He was searching for it, much like Mitch Williams in spring training. But he said that Smith has found it again, and certainly if he comes in this thing, he'll be well rested. Hector tonight 0 for 2 with an RBI. Got the RBI on a ground out when the Cardinals had the bases loaded, nobody out. And with Hector up there, of course, it's always a double play situation. Canseco is not a great runner, and Villanueva is not a good runner. So the Phillies are thinking 2 right here. Infield at double play depth. Strike 2. Villanueva with the Chicago Cubs for quite a few years. He hammers it to center field. Lenny's got to get back. He's got it lined up, though. And Canseco scampers back to first base. That's 1 out. Cormier's going to stay in the ball game and bat. Locked in a 1-1 pitcher's duel. Joe Torre allows his pitcher to remain. He probably got there to bunt. Cormier has not sacrificed this year. As a hitter tonight, he's 0 for 2 and batting 125 for the year. Phillies will look for a bunt from Cormier.
Terry with the toss over to first does 2 things. Reminds Canseco that he knows he's over there, and number 2, Cormier started to turn around as if to bunt, so the Phillies have a pretty good indication that he's going to.
There's the bunt. Mulholland glances at second, but throws over to first where Morandini covers. 2 outs in the inning, and they give a shot to Pena. Terry Mulholland tonight with 81 pitches in the game thus far. And we repeat again that neither pitcher has walked a batter.
No surprise to this reporter.
No, not at all. Neither one of these guys are willing to give walks at any time.
What is a little surprising is Terry with 81 pitches, 59 of them I believe were strikes. And that's a high total considering the fact that he's been up in the strike zone all that long. This indicates that the Cardinal hitters have been helping him out by swinging at that fastball out of the strike zone.
Geronimo is 1 for 3 tonight. Terry bounces one. Good block by Dalton. No advance by the runner. Canseco at second. There are 2 outs. Pena doubled in the 3rd inning to lead off that inning. They got him over to third base with 1 out, but the Cardinals could not get that run in. And that's the last real good shot the Cardinals have had to score tonight. The Cardinals have left 5 men on base. Low, 2 balls and no strikes. Hall of Famer Red Schoendienst, Cardinal coach for a long time and a one-time skipper of this ball club. Terry missing up, and it's 3-0. He's got the base open here, and he's got Ozzie Smith on deck. Pena takes a strike.
Have to be careful right here in a 3-1 count. Pena, we saw before when he got that fastball, he hammered it just foul, so you have to make sure that you make a pitch.
Strike 2.
Goes to the breaking ball. Goes to the breaking ball down out of the strike zone. Pena a little over anxious, swings at it. You don't want to concede in this situation late in the ball game, especially a 1-1 ball game. 7th inning, both pitchers pitching well. Continue to make pitches. Don't give in to the situation.
He's out. Strikeout number 5 for Mulholland, and the inning comes to a close. Great pitching by Terry. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left on base. Stretch time at the vet. It's a 1-1 game.
Baseball. Phillies baseball. Dykstra, Dalton, Hollins, Kruk. The home team. The home field. Comedy. Fatal Passion. Material Girls. True Love. Paths to Freedom. The best movie of the year. Home Team Sports. Great movies. Prism. 1 channel, 1 month, 1 call. Make it now.
Deck asked a few average card collectors whose cards they collect.
I collect Steve Young.
I collect endorsements.
I collect back doctors and surgeons.
Rings. I collect fines.
I just collect fishing lures. The musky dingbat.
Dingbat.
I have a 56 powder blue Chevy.
Powder blue.
A Ferrari.
I collect Reggie.
Rolls Royce.
Reggie.
Really?
Not.
Yeah. The smooth. Original interior, original carpet, drives like a dream.
The metal cylinder is secured and turned in a counterclockwise motion, causing the internal railing to rise and disengage. It's easy to make something as simple as opening a jar complex. The challenge is making the complex simple. But that's what we do at Bell Atlantic Mobile. We take cutting-edge technology and place it comfortably in your hands. Bell Atlantic Mobile. Advanced technology and people who make it mean something.
Hi, I'm Dick Vermeil with the Blue Cross Blue Shield Health Tip. How often should a woman have a Pap test for detecting cervical cancer? Once every 5 years? When they suspect a problem? Every 3 years. The American College of Physicians recommends that women between the ages of 25 and 65 have a Pap test at least every 3 years.
Phillies home team mustard player of the month for April was Curt Schilling. He was 4-1, 2.54 ERA. Curt Schilling, the Phillies home team mustard April player of the month, helped put his team on top. Incaviglia with a pop on the first pitch, foul out of play. It's a 1-1 ball game. Inky has scored the only run of this game for the Phillies following his 1-out double in the 5th. He also sent a ball to the warning track. So Incaviglia 1 for 2 tonight. Cormier has to face some hitters who have hurt him tonight. Incaviglia, Chamberlain, who's 2 for 2, and Morandini, who also has a hit. High fly ball, but he got up under it. A play for Langford. One down. Incaviglia retired, and now Chamberlain comes to the plate. Wes has not been put out tonight. He has doubled and singled. His single off an 0-2 pitch drove in the only run tonight.
Joe Torre probably keeping a pretty close eye on Cormier at this point in the ballgame. In his previous 6 starts, he has not gone past the 7th inning. We're in the 7th inning now, so Cormier not one of those guys that completes a whole lot of ball games. Of course, a lot of that has to do with if you're ahead late in the game, you don't complete them because of Lee Smith. But this is just about the end of Cormier's rope right here, so it'd be nice to get a little lightning in a bottle here real quick, get a couple quick runs off of him, and send him to the showers or something to remember him by.
Repeating that he hasn't won a game since his opening start. Last time he won a ball game was against San Francisco on April 7th. So it's been a month. He's pitched a good ball game tonight, though. You certainly can't find fault in what he's done tonight. 1-2. He's held the Phillies to 5 hits. Breaking ball outside. It's 2-2 on Chamberlain with Morandini on deck. Hard ball, but right to Ozzie Smith. Wizard makes the play. 2 outs. It's amazing, but all the ground ball outs that Cormier has gotten tonight, that's the first one hit to shortstop. Ozzie's first play.
Well, Phillies know Ozzie Smith's reputation. As we mentioned earlier, he has 7 errors this year, but normally you hit the ball to Ozzie, you're out. So it's a good theory to hit the ball to the other guys.
Morandini 1 for 2, a single his last time up there. Mickey finally getting a chance to play against left-handed pitching. You can see why Joe Torre didn't want to lift him for a pinch hitter. Cormier may be nearing the end of the line, as Teague suggests, but he's still doing a pretty good job. In on Mickey, 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, you mentioned that Cormier hasn't won since his first start of the season, so you would normally conclude from that he hasn't been pitching well, but in his 6 starts, only once has he given up more than 2 earned runs in a ball game. So the Cardinals just haven't been scoring any runs for him.
Ground ball to Jeffries. He makes the play, and a 1-2-3 inning for Cormier. So the Phillies are out, and this game moves to the 8th inning. Cardinals 1, Phillies 1.
Some people will only go to Texaco. Why?
Why? Are you kidding? Look at this cab. It's as clean as my fuel injectors.
System 3 gasoline helps restore performance to older models. I know about that. And Doritos. Ha ha!
Everybody gets what they want. Tommy gets pretzels, Dawn gets juice, Van gets System 3.
Visit your Texaco station and Food Mart for unbeatable System 3 gasolines and so much more.
I always come here to fill up. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, we're almost there. Yeah, 3 years of digging and digging. But soon, our first taste of freedom. Here we are. Push.
What'll it be, boys?
2 Bud Lights, please.
Sorry, fellas, but we're all out.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You know, Larry, we really should carry more Bud Light.
When you win the Pennsylvania Lottery's Cash 5, we'll give you all the cash all at once. In one lump sum. All you have to do is pick it up. Cash 5. All the cash all at once. When you win the Pennsylvania Lottery's Cash 5, you'll get all the cash all at once in one lump sum. And won't that feel good? Cash 5. All the cash all at once.
Phillies baseball is brought to you by Bud. Day in and day out, at home or on the road, you can always count on the great taste of Bud Light. It won't fill you up and never let you down, so make it a Bud Light. And by the Pennsylvania Lottery, a participating advertiser in Phillies baseball. Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians. Andy Musser with Kent DeColvey. It's still 1-1. Well, that's better than 1-0, which it had been. Cardinals leading for a long time, but now we're in the 8th inning. And the Cardinals start with Ozzie Smith. Both starters still in the ball game. Neither has walked a hitter. Terry's given up 4 more hits than has Cormier, 9-5 in the hit column. Ozzie has one of them. Got a single his first time up. He's 1 for 3. Two 2-0. Bullpen's quiet. In the air to center. Dykstra will have a play. Get Ozzie Smith to hit it in the air. That's what you want. 1 down. Here's a guy you've got to be careful with, Greg Jeffries. He has shown surprising power this year. Torrey was talking about the fact that he did not expect to see Jeffries come in and hit 5 home runs like this. Torrey said, I think he had 10 all of last year. Omar Olivares, who pitched an inning here last night, normally a starter, but because of the Cardinals' off days, both before and after the series, he's in the bullpen. Ball 2, 2-0.
Oliveira started the season in the bullpen and then moved into the rotation when Arocha had the broken hand. Now he's found his way back there, at least temporarily.
Hard hit, and it's a base hit. Jeffries gets it just beyond Duncan. Hit number 10 for St. Louis.
Terry falls behind, 2 balls and no strikes to Ozzie Smith. Ozzie flies out to center field, falls again, 2 balls and no strikes behind Jeffries. Jeffries able to line the ball into center field. So first 2 batters in this inning, in both instances, Terry has fallen behind, and Dutch goes out there to have a little word with him. So let's try to keep this thing down in the strike zone and get ahead of some hitters here. Possibly get ourselves a double play ball and get back in the dugout where it's safe.
Todd Zio, a possibility to hit into a double play. And he has grounded out twice tonight and fouled out once. He's 0 for 3. Phillies bullpen is still quiet. Phillies have turned 2 double plays tonight. The 1 ground ball double play when Cormier was the hitter, and then that strikeout double play when Langford struck out. Dalton threw out Whitten. Jeffries 4 steals in 5 attempts. Terry will keep him close, you know that. Curveball just missed. 1-1. Padres keeping a close watch on his hurler. Dalton with a nice stop. 2 balls and a strike on the hitter Zeal. Whitten's on deck, and he scares you. He's 3 for 3. Terry trying to get Jeffries. Almost every time he throws it over there, if he gets it down at all, it's a close play.
Terry that time was trying to time Greg Jeffries. Jeffries taking an initial lead and then taking 1 extra step, tried to time it so he threw over there when he was taking that extra.
There he goes. The pitch is foul down the right side. They had Jeffries off with the pitch. And now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes on Zeal.
Bring your glove to the game, catch a baseball. It's very simple.
If you're in the right spot.
You have to be in the right spot at the right time. That's what baseball is, timing.
Jeffries again creeping out. His every attention is focused on Mulholland. He's going again. Swing and a miss. Dalton comes back. Got him! Oh! Another strikeout double play. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. No runs, one hit, nobody left. It's still a 1-1 game.
Major League Baseball Home Video presents...
We're back!
Now it can be heard, the sounds of baseball. This is the baseball video that puts you on the field to hear the game as never before.
They say we gotta take the lead right here. Take the lead. First inning.
You're gonna put him in jail?
I'm not gonna put him in jail.
Straighten the batter's box.
What do you think, you're making it up?
You know I ain't taking him.
Host Tommy Lasorda takes you behind the closed doors to reveal the secret strategy in team meetings and some Major League Clubhouse practical jokes. Plus, candid moments with today's superstars. Now it can be heard.
Yeah.
Do you want to order?
Yeah.
Well, to order, send check or money order to this address. Or use your credit card and call 1-800-255-9200. That's 1-800-255-9200.
Friday, May 21st at 7:35, the Phillies play the Montreal Expos, and you can win an instant vacation. Compliments of Rosenbluth Travel and guest quarters, no purchase necessary. For more information and to reserve your tickets, call 463-1000.
Twice tonight, innings have ended on strikeout double plays.
For the second time, Joe Torre elects to start the runner with 2 strikes and 1 out. For the second time, Terry Mulholland gets a strikeout, and Dutch gets the ball down to second base in time for that strikeout double play. This time a pitch up and across the body. Dutch's throw is just a little bit to the third base side. Mickey does a nice job of getting the ball and getting the tag down in time. So a good play on both ends right there.
Now here's something for you. Darren Dalton making a great throw there. Look who's going to lead off the inning in this 1-1 ball game, bottom of the 8th. Terry Mulholland. 0 for 2 tonight. Gets a great hand. This is Jim Fregosi just saying it's your ball game, Terry. Go to it.
Well, Jim Fregosi has a tremendous amount of confidence in his whole starting staff, and we've seen quite a bit of this already this year. He believes in his starters, and he's going to give them every opportunity to go out there and finish what they started.
We are missing a second base umpire as of the moment. Where are we? Back in spring training? There's Charlie Williams, the first base umpire. We're going with 3 right now. The umpire who is missing is Jeff Kellogg. Probably having his cornflakes. Terry strikes out. Number 4 for Cormier. 1 down here in the 8th. Now, the top of the order. It's been a frustrating night for Lenny Dykstra. In fact, a frustrating homestand thus far. Lenny is 0 for 8. And the ball has not left the infield. Tonight, a ground ball to third on a check swing and 2 other ground balls to second base. Cormier's had him cool.
And as hot as Lenny was on that West Coast trip, he's been just that cold the first couple of games of his homestand.
This is your old-fashioned pitcher's duel tonight. We're in the 9th, or in the bottom of the 8th, technically, and both starters are still in there, and it's a 1-1 ball game. Bo Jackson has hit a home run tonight, his 2nd of the year. Strike, 0-2 on Dykstra. Cardinals wear the red caps at home and the blue caps on the road.
This is now Cormier's longest outing of the season.
Lenny hits another ball down to Pena. 2 outs. Take a look at the upcoming action for the Phillies on the PHL 17 tomorrow at 1:30. And Monday and Tuesday nights, the games will be on Prism at 7:30. Here comes the umpire, Jeff Kellogg, back to his post. And actually, it wasn't Kellogg that was out. It was Gary Darling, because the umpire that comes out goes to third, and Kellogg goes back to second, so it was Darling who was missing. And Kellogg just rotated from second to third. Strike on Duncan. Mariano, nothing out of 3. Twice he's grounded to second, and he took a called third strike in the 4th. Cardinals have twice as many hits as the Phillies, 10-5. But it's still a 1-1 game. Cormier drops that curveball in for strike 2. Montreal, Pittsburgh, 5-5 in the 6th. Houston 6-0 over Cincinnati in the 2nd. It's low. Ground ball hit to the Wizard. Ozzy's got it, and the Phillies go 1-2-3 here in the 8th. We go to the 9th. It is a 1-1 ball game.
May I help you, sir?
Yeah, I'll have a Coca-Cola.
You sure you want a Coke?
Yeah, I want a Coke.
Okay, pal.
How did you order a Coke? It tastes good.
You didn't care if it was a Coke. You just want a Cola.
I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola. I'll just have a cola.
Need a drink, sir?
I'll just have a...
You'll just have a...
I'll just have a Coke.
Ooh.
Here, that guy's a Coca-Cola. See ya, pal. Oh.
Something to drink, sir?
Yeah, make it a Bud Light.
Sorry, we just ran out.
Oh. Excuse me.
Bud Light?
Try Flight 261 out of L.A.
Oh, thank you.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Do you have a Bud Light?
Yes. Welcome aboard, sir.
Great. Where are we going?
7 big games are coming up. First, the Expos. Thursday, May 20th, Friday, May 21st, instant vacation night, Saturday, May 22nd, and Sunday afternoon, May 23rd, when all kids 14 and under get a free equipment bag. Then it's the Mets. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, May 24th, 25th, and 26th, all at 7:35. Call 463-1000.
If you can't get enough of the first place Phillies, you need Prism. Prism offers exclusive Phillies home games that you won't see anywhere else on TV. And right now is a great time to get Prism. Call 1-800-CABLE-ME right now, because participating cable systems are offering $4.95 installation, a free upgrade, plus 2 Phillies tickets. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-CABLE-ME and get Prism today. We are in the 9th, and this is a 1-1 ball game. Witten leads it off. He's 3 for 3 tonight. Popped him up. How about this? Duncan makes the call. And the catch. 1 out in the 9th. Finally found a way to get Witten out. Terry Mulholland got a pop-up here.
Finally gets the ball down to Witten. Witten undercuts it, pops it up. How do you figure it? You get the ball up and he hits line drives, you get the ball down and he pops it up.
Not supposed to be like that.
No, it's not the way it's supposed to work. Dunn settles under it easily.
Now Langford, another troublesome hitter. He's 2 out of 3, 2 singles and a strikeout. He picks up the foot, but he doesn't swing the bat. Strike 1 on him.
Lee Tobin on our crack PR staff here at the vet comes over and tells us that the reason why Gary Darling had to leave the last inning was he had trouble with one of his contact lenses, so he had to go in and make an adjustment.
Hey, there's Lee Arthur, and the left-hander is Murphy. Lee Arthur does everything slow except get that baseball from the mound to the plate. That's pretty quick.
Well, things pick up when he turns that right arm loose.
Two balls and 1 strike on Langford. Another fly ball should be caught by Incaviglia. He's got to cover some territory, but he does on the run. Fair territory for the out. Langford retired, 2 down in the 9th. Ozzie Canseco will bat. Canseco tonight, 2 out of 3, both singles. Ozzie thinks that he and Jose are much the same type of players. And of course, Jose's had the long big league career, and Ozzie's been stuck in the minors and in Japan. They say they have very different personalities. Another fly ball. This will be caught by Chamberlain. 3 up and 3 down. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. We go to the bottom half of the ninth. Stay with us. It's a 1-1 game.
It's kid as play. 50% of it is attitude and style. And play is kid.
You're gonna beat Blade Brown. You gotta know where Blade Brown comes from. Thought you crawled out from under a rock.
And they're a class act.
Come on, man, that ain't half of what went down. How about giving a brother some credit? Yeah, you heard him. Give him some credit. Oh, very funny. Talk about bringing a brother down.
Freeze, police!
I want you to see something, Rod. She has a gift. Watch this.
Hey, you okay, honey? I just sprayed!
Hey, Riggs, there's 5 of them, man. Yeah, I know. My girl. I never made it with another sergeant before.
Shut up, Riggs.
They're back, and they're bringing down the house. Lethal Weapon 3.
In a game rich with traditions, Sherwin-Williams has created one of its own by preserving and protecting the national shrines of our national pastime. This is the paint of the pros, and it's the choice of millions of fans at home. And while your town may not have a big league ballpark in it, it does have a big league paint store. The pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
Sunday afternoon, May 9th, 1:35, the Phillies tangle with the Cardinals, and women 15 and over take home a good-looking umbrella free, courtesy of MAB Paints. Good fun, great baseball, free gift. Sunday, May 9th. Reserve your tickets now. Call 463-1000.
75-75, 1-9-101. What a roar from this crowd as we go to the last of the ninth. They want to see it settled right here. 1-1 ball game, heart of the order. Kruk, Hollins, and Dalton to face Cormier. Inside, ball 1. Kruk 0 for 3 tonight. All 3 ground balls. Hollins 1 for 3, Dalton 0 for 3. So you'd have to say that Cormier has handled the middle of this lineup. Ball 2. He hasn't pitched behind too many hitters. Hasn't walked anybody. 4 strikeouts for him. His longest outing of the year. High ball 3, 3-0. And Cormier practically fell off the back of the mound as that ball was being returned to him. That was not very graceful. Both these skippers sticking with their starters tonight, but they must be tiring. Ball 4. Finally, an opening. The first batter walked in this game, and the winning run goes to first base. Well, you don't bunt with Dave Hollins.
Nope, not in this situation. Phillies get in the middle of that order. They're not looking to move runners around.
He might, however, try to hit the ball to right field, would you think?
Well, the first couple times up against Cormier, he hit the ball to the right side. That sinker away, if you try to pull it, you have a tendency to hit that ground ball to the shortstop. And in this situation, the last thing you want to do is hit a nice sharp 1 or 2 hopper to Ozzie Smith.
Yeah, that would be turned into a double play quick. Sharply pulled. All right, so much for that there. The ball was in on him there. 1 strike on Hollins. Villanueva out with a word of encouragement. Total tickets sold tonight, 40,524.
They have come alive here in the ninth inning with the leadoff walk by the Phillies.
Hollins fouls it down the other side, 0-2. We may have more than 40,000 here because the youngsters that we were telling you about earlier are here for free. So the attendance tonight very likely over 40, well over 40,000. Hollins sends a ground ball to Smith. They get one. They get two. A 6-4-3 double play. First turn by the Cardinals tonight.
Cormier gets in on Hollins right here, forces him to pull the ball. Is a nice soft one hopper right to Ozzie Smith. From that point on, it's history.
The Wizard knew what to do with it.
The best that ever played the position right there defensively.
And now Darren Daulton. Last chance for the Phillies to keep it going here and win it in regulation. Darren has struck out twice and grounded out to first. It's a 1-1 game with the Cardinals having out-hit the Phillies 10-5. Two balls and no strikes.
And again, Pena playing very deep at second base, playing short right field.
And way over. What a hole up the middle there is for Daulton. Look at Pena. And incidentally, if this goes to the 10th inning, Terry Mulholland will pitch it because nobody else is up and throwing. There's Pena for the Cards. Or Perez, I should say, but nobody throwing for the Phillies. Pop up. It'll be out of play.
Three balls and no strikes. Jim Fregosi gives Dutch the green light. Story struck out twice tonight, grounded out the first once, but Jimmy says, hey, 3-0, you might get one of those fastballs up in the zone. See if you can ride it out of here and end this thing.
Jimmy has managed this game in classic fashion tonight, leaving Mulholland in, giving the light here to Daulton, guy who won the RBI title last year. Now it's a full count on Darren.
Well, if you can't show confidence in your team when the team is playing as well as the Phillies are playing right now, there's never a chance to show that confidence. Jim Fregosi believes in these guys, and they believe in themselves.
We have two 9-man lineups here tonight. Neither side has made a change this entire game. That in itself is a rarity these days. Struck him out. Strikeout number 5 for Cormier, and we go extra innings. You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel. Nothing across for the Phils, and we go to the 10th, tied 1-1.
To solve a murder, he stepped into the dead man's shoes.
Spencer have a first name?
He called himself Bob.
Officially, I don't exist. Here you go.
He followed the trail to White Sands.
This is about creating enemies when there aren't any.
I don't ever get involved in these kinds of deals.
Give $500,000 to a man you don't even know?
Where truth is the ultimate disguise.
I've never met anyone like you. You're honest. Even when you're lying.
Willem Dafoe, Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio, and Mickey Rourke. White Sands, the most dangerous place to be.
Phillies have the Cardinals right where they want them in extra innings. The Phillies are undefeated in extra innings, going 5-0 so far. The Cardinals have been in 3 extra inning games. They've won 2 and lost 1. And Cormier had a little extra pop on that one, didn't he?
Yeah, sinker ball pitcher went up out of the strike zone with 2 strikes, got the high fastball by Daulton. That's why we are where we are. Real Cormier, outstanding job.
I believe there's a good chance he will be leaving the ball game. But Terry Mulholland continues to the 10th. He's on the mound completing his warm-ups now. And in fact, he's definitely out of the ballgame because he's due to bat second, and he's just kind of sitting there. So we'll see who's going to hit. It'll be Villanueva to lead it off, and then a pinch hitter for Cormier. A nice job by Cormier, and there's a look at what Terry Mulholland has done tonight.
As you mentioned, Terry has not been, right on top of his game. This has not been an easy ball game for Terry. He has struggled with his control all night long, but being the battler that he is, he's kept his club right there with a 1-1 ball game going into the 10th.
Luis Alicea moves to the on-deck circle. He will bat for Cormier as Villanueva steps in. Hector 0 for 3 tonight with 1 run batted in. He got that on a ground out. Terry starts him with a curve, but it missed. He was the starting second baseman last night. High fly ball left field. Incaville is going to get it. 1 out. Villanueva retired, and now Alicea was out, but he's gone back, and they're going to bring Tracy Woodson out.
Villanueva with the big swing catches this ball out toward the end of the bat a little bit. Hits the ball to medium left field, an easy play for Incaville.
Tracy Woodson will be the batter. Woodson batting .222, no homers, 1 run batted in, 1 for 4 as a pinch hitter. Cormier leaving after 9 innings of 1-run baseball, during which he gave up 5 hits, walked 1, and struck out 5. Woodson, a little looper. Hollins moves in, Duncan moves in, Duncan catches. Woodson retired on 1 pitch, 2 out in the 10th.
Terry run that ball right in on his hands. Woodson coming off the bench. Now you sit there all night long, you're stiff, you haven't been doing anything. Good theory against pinch hitters. Try to pitch them on the inside because you figure they're not as loose as the guys that have been out there moving around all night long. Terry makes a good pitch in on Woodson's hands. Very weak pop up to shortstop.
Mulholland will go now against Pena. Geronimo 1 for 4 tonight. It was a 3rd inning double that he hit past Dave Hollins. Bases empty, 2 out in the 10th. That's in for a strike. One of those guys will be in the ball game, and it more than likely is not Lee Smith. I don't think they bring him in to tie games.
Mike Perez if they don't score. It's Lee Smith if they do. That's what it is.
Terry Mulholland is due to be the Phillies' 4th batter in the bottom half of the inning, so this is probably it for Terry. I say that there's nobody warming for the Phillies, and should they go down 1-2-3, he could be back out there in the 11th. The one thing that you want to make sure of is that he doesn't hurt himself. At this point, Mulholland has retired 6 straight batters. 3-1, no swing.
You mentioned Pena earlier in the game, hit a ground ball between Dave Hollins and the bag for a double. That will not happen this time. No. David Hollins is about a half a step off the line and back.
Yeah, he hits that ball there now. It's caught by Hollins. At ball 4, that's Terry's first base on ball. So each pitcher finally yielded a walk. Ozzie Smith bats. 1 for 4 tonight for Ozzie. Good ball game here at the Vet tonight. Hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. This has been a lot of fun here tonight. The Cardinals and the Phillies in 2 one-run ball games. This one, of course, is not a one-run game right now. It's even, but the Phillies are 8-1 in one-run games, including a one-run victory last night. Pickoff play. Oh, he just got back. Looked like Pena was going to be out.
Kruk and Mulholland both thought that they had Pena. John Kruk now back talking to Charlie Williams.
And John's got a little something to say here.
He's still not convinced. Can't tell on that angle where the tag was.
That's not the angle, but
Terry Mulholland jumped up and down on the mound also. And he had a very good view of it at first base.
Now, Terry has to be certain that this doesn't distract him. We have seen instances where certain things get Terry unnerved and then he goes to pieces. So he's got to focus in. Strike. 1-1. It was close. Just missed. That was close. 2 balls and 1 strike. Phillies in their 6th extra inning game. And this is game number 28. That's a high total. Bouncer. Should be a play in the middle. And the shovel play successful for the final out of the inning. No runs, no hits, 1 man left. Go to the last of the 10th. 1-1.
It's kid is play. 50% of it is attitude and style. And play is kid.
If you're gonna be Blade Brown, you gotta know where Blade Brown comes from. Thought you crawled out from under a rock.
And they're a class act.
Come on, man, that ain't half of what went down. How about giving a brother some credit? Yeah, you heard him. Give him some credit. Oh, very funny. Talk about bringing a brother down.
I want you to see something, Rod. She has a gift. Watch this.
Hey, you okay, honey?
I just ran.
Hey, Riggs, it's 5 of them, man. Yeah, I know.
My girl.
I never made it with another sergeant before.
Shut up, Riggs.
They're back, and they're bringing down the house. Lethal Weapon 3.
In a game rich with traditions, Sherwin-Williams has created one of its own by preserving and protecting the national shrines of our national pastime. This is the paint of the pros, and it's the choice of millions of fans at home. And while your town may not have a big league ballpark in it, it does have a big league paint store. The pros know. Ask Sherwin-Williams.
Sunday afternoon, May 9th, 1:35, the Phillies tangle with the Cardinals, and women 15 and over take home a good-looking umbrella free, courtesy of MAB Paints. Good fun, great baseball, free gift. Sunday, May 9th. Reserve your tickets now. Call 463-1000.
Jim Fregosi watches as the ball club tries to win one here in the last of the 10th, and they will do it off Mike Perez. Cardinals bringing in a right-hander who had an outstanding year for them last year, and he's 2-1 this year. A 3.71 earned run average. Between innings, Jimmy was out and had a nice talk with Frank Foley.
Mike Perez last year pitched in 77 ball games for the Cardinals, a club record for them. And also set a major league record. That's the most games anybody's ever pitched in and not saved the ball game. It had a little something to do with Lee Smith being down there, but Perez did an outstanding job for the Cardinals last year in that setup capacity.
The ultimate setup man. Here to lead it off for the Phillies, Pete Incaviglia. One swing of the bat and we could go home happy. The Phillies bullpen is up. Left-hander David West is throwing. Mulholland due to bat 4th in the inning. Probably, almost certainly done for the night. That's a strike. He went after it. Inky 1 for 3, and he scored the only run for the Phillies. He doubled with 1 out in the 5th. David West. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Bouncer for the hole, but Zeal is there. Threw it in the dirt, he's safe. Error on Todd Zeal. A little opening for the Phillies.
Zeal gets his ball in plenty of time and just short hops the throw. Ball coming into the dirt area. Jeffries tries to backhand it, can't come up with it.
Phillies, I believe, are going to run for Incaviglia. Here comes Milt Thompson out to take over at the bag. Thompson, the runner.
So a break for the Phillies. Lead off the bottom of the 10th inning. Incaviglia gets on an error. Jim Fregosi goes to the pinch runner. They get a little more speed. West can hit one in the gap. Milt can score from first base.
West has 2 hits in this ball game tonight, a double and a single. His single off an 0-2 pitch in the 5th inning drove in the tying run. This is a game the Phillies have never led. Time call. Thompson this year has stolen 2 bases. Milt has not been caught. He played for the Cardinals a year ago this time. Right. What a job by Terry Mulholland tonight. He is still officially in this ball game. And if the Phillies win it right here, it'll be a complete game victory for Terry. Not a very good throw by Perez. Milt didn't know it was not going to be a good throw, so he goes diving back in. Nobody out on the Phillies' 10th.
If Jim Fregosi elects to go to the running game, it's a pretty good combination. Perez just average at holding runners on and be in the way, but not one of the better throwers in the league. So an opportunity if the Phillies elect to go to that running game.
Did Chamberlain swing? He did. It's a strike. 0-2.
Frank Foley called that one himself, said I see it. Did not appeal to Charlie Williams at first base.
Well, West got his RBI single off an 0-2 count. That's what he faces right here. Thompson saved. Milt pinch running for Pete Incaviglia. Mike Perez from Puerto Rico, 28 years of age. Outside, 1-2. Perez was a saves guy in the minor league. In 1990, he set a Louisville club record, saving 31 games. Outside, West watches it all the way. It's 2-2. Morandini on deck. And then a pinch hitter for Terry Mulholland.
Perez trying to get Chamberlain to chase that breaking ball out of the strike zone. West has had a tendency to do that over the course of his career.
That time Milt doesn't have to dive back. Trying to take advantage of the throwing error on Cardinal third baseman Todd Zeile. Last year, the Cardinals had the fewest errors in the league. They're right about the middle of the pack defensively this year. Something's loose in the outfield. It's being run down by Canseco in left field.
Perez take the opportunity while Canseco chases that object down. Have a little conversation. You don't want to make any mistakes at all in your communication at this point in the ball game. So instead of guessing, go out and make sure.
Oh, Chamberlain finally did. He laid off a couple of them out there, but he didn't hold it on that one. And Perez gets him on a bad pitch. Eisenreich comes out in the on-deck circle.
Yeah, this pitch was not even near the strike zone.
Mickey Morandini at the plate. Mickey 1 for 3 this evening. It was a single. Eisenreich out to bat for Mulholland. Cardinals call a pitch out, but Thompson was not on the move. It's 2 balls and no strikes on Mickey.
First pitch outs are fine if you guess right and the runner's running. If you guess wrong, as Joe Torre did in this case, and not run, you put your pitcher in the hole. Now Perez follows that with another ball, and he's at 2 balls and no strikes. Probably going to have to come in with a pretty good pitch to Morandini right here, and an opportunity for the Phillies to start the runner if they care to.
Jammed him, and Thompson was not running. It's 2-1. Villanueva checks with the dugout to see what they want. How much Mickey chokes up in the handle of the bat. He fouled one off that choke part of the bat last night.
Below the hands.
Yeah.
Not good. Not supposed to hit it below the hands.
Montreal has gone ahead of Pittsburgh 9-7 there in the 7th inning. Morandini runs. Here's the play. Or I should say Thompson runs. He's safe. A stolen base for Milt, his third. Villanueva couldn't get him. And the winning run's at second.
So Jim Fregosi does not elect to run on the 2-ball, no-strike pitch, but on 2-1, he puts Thompson in motion. Villanueva's throw to the first base side.
Ooh. If Smith had held it, he might have been out, T.
He might have been out, but Smith's glove, the ball, and Milt all got there at the same time. Milt rattled the ball out of there.
It's a 2-2 count on Morandini. Winning run at second. Low, ball 3. And Eisenreich on deck has been a hot hitter. We'll give you the numbers when he gets up there if he does, but you can have a little confidence thinking about Jim Eisenreich. Perez steps off. Way outside, Morandini draws a walk. His run doesn't mean anything, but the fact that there is no out recorded there is key as Eisenreich comes up. Now we talk about Eisenreich being a hot hitter. All he's done is get 12 hits in his last 22 times up. Eisy batting at .371. No homers, 7 RBIs. Here comes Torre. Rob Murphy, a left-hander, is available, and that's who's going to pitch. He wants Murphy in this ball game. Fregosi could still elect to send up a right-handed batter if he wants to. And Torre cannot answer that. A relief pitcher must pitch to one batter. We've got a pitching change here at Veterans Stadium. 1-1 game in the 10th. We'll be right back.
Trouble with heartburn? Well, you could change your job, change your lifestyle, change your diet.
Bon appetit.
Or better still, reach for Rolaids. It absorbs acid fast to bring 100% relief to millions. So maybe you can't change your life, but you can get relief in original and calcium-rich. Rolaids spells relief.
This is our Rolaids break here, Teak, and we'll take a look at the current numbers. If you want to skip down to the NL, you can see that Mitch Williams leads everybody with his 34 points. Nice job for Mitch, but he's only 1 point ahead of Stanton, who's having an outstanding year.
Yeah, Mitch got his 12th save last night to stay ahead of Stanton, and of course you see Big Lee Smith, the guy that the Phillies want to keep out there in that Cardinal bullpen tonight, very close third, and he's used to being right at the top of that list.
Here's the left-hander, Rob Murphy. Murphy was in for an inning last night. He got the Phillies without any problems last night. Take a look at Murphy's numbers for the year. This left-hander has been around a bit, American League and National League. Murphy's a very intelligent fellow. He developed a computer programming for purchasing thoroughbreds. He majored in computer science at the University of Florida.
Relief pitchers aren't supposed to be that smart. I know from past experience. All that stuff will not help you when you're out on the mound. But that fastball that Rob Murphy has will help him. Here's Jim Fregosi is going to counter. Ricky Jordan moved out on the on-deck circle, hit for Eisenreich.
Well, we talked about the fact that the counter move here is available to only the offensive manager, not the defensive one.
And really what this whole situation of managerial chess boiled down to was, it was Joe Torre's choice. Did he want Perez to pitch to Eisenreich or Murphy to pitch to Jordan? Torre has made the choice. It'll be Murphy and Jordan, and here we go.
Ricky batting at .421, 1 homer, 2 RBIs, 2 out of 7 as a pinch hitter, and the game on the line right here. Thompson at second base, Morandini at first base. His run is meaningless. A 1-1 game in the 10th.
Phillies working on 2 perfect records right now. They're perfect at 6-0 against left-handed starters, and they're also perfect in extra inning games, 5-0. So base hit by Jordan right here and can keep both of those streaks alive. Thompson down at second. Potential winning run.
Strike 1. On the chart that was supplied to us, we have no hitting record of Jordan off Murphy, so maybe Ricky has never faced him. Only 1 out of the inning. Dykstra will be next. Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Murphy cannot lose the ball game in this spot. This is that inherited runner scoring situation as far as he's concerned. Jordan, the bouncer for the hole. It goes through for a base hit. Thompson comes to the plate. He scores. Phillies win 2-1. RBI single for Ricky Jordan, and the Phillies win in 10. It's an unearned run on Zeal's error, but the Phillies get the victory. Let's watch it again as this ball danced through the infield.
Jordan Murphy got a pitch in on Jordan. He's able to slam it through the left side. Canseco comes in. Good strong throw to home plate. He's got a good arm, but Milt able to get there with the head first slide just before the ball gets to Villanueva. Knocks Villanueva's arm out of the way and puts that hand on the plate. Phillies win another one.
You're watching Phillies baseball on Sports Channel.